was bullshit.
Step right up, got tickets on sale. In today's episode, trains coming off the rails. Watch it all burn from the screen on your phone. But don't you worry about it, you're safe at home. Every talking head will tell you everything's fine. It's the blind leading the blind. Yeah, it's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that it's the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on. Well, the world's strongest man just dropped the ball, and the tent's caving in from the weight of it all. Yeah, the lion's at the cage, puppets in a rage, and the ringleader's on parade. It's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that it's the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on.
Come on! Witness the greatest show on earth! Ignore the flames!
It's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that it's the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on.
Da-na-na-na. Good morning, Vietnam. Oh, just kidding. Right now, it feels a little like that listening to those jets out there, though. Happy FriYay, everybody. How we doing? Yay, Mouse is in the house. She's back. Thank goodness. Lord, I thought our coffee was going to go stale before you got back here. She did a show yesterday. I didn't get to be on for much of it, but I popped in for a minute. And what else? Nils won the booby this morning. He was first in, as far as I know. I don't know. Somebody else could have throughout the night, and I just didn't see it. But right now, Nils has got the booby. And then Mouse followed up behind him. Howdy, Nils. Howdy, Mouse. And howdy, Flatty. How we all doing? I woke up late. Didn't want to get up, really. There's Mouse.
Hey, I'm back.
Yes, thank goodness. Welcome back.
I love it. I love being back home.
I'll bet your parents do too.
Oh yeah, 28 trips up and down, and I didn't break down, and I didn't kill it.
Right?
I got in a wreck.
I used to have to drive my mom an hour and 20 minutes one way on a windy river road for her chemo, and it was excruciating because the poor woman would, first of all, just going would be exhausting, but then
Right.
driving for an hour and a half, and then they'd juice her up, and then she'd feel like shit, and then getting her back in the rig and driving her back home. She'd just feel awful the whole time, and it just ran me ragged. I mean,
Oh, well, yeah, you're juggling oxygen and walking devices, and it's a whole thing. But yeah, we got it done.
right? I'm here, Flatty.
Hey, Fletty.
She said, "Are you coming up today, Gutter?" Yep, I'm here, darling.
Refresh, Fletty, refresh.
Refresh, honey. Hey, Sherry, good morning. Yeah, so it's I can imagine that whole trip. Just back and forth, back. It's exhausting.
It is. But when it's over, you're glad it's over. You're glad you did it.
Oh, no, I'm not going live on camera. Hell no, not this morning. You don't want to see me live on camera this morning, trust me. I look like I got in a fight with a porcupine or a raccoon, whichever. Depends on which angle you're looking at it from.
I hear you. It's Friday. My hair's kind of lot sockety.
Yeah. Usually I do my lives and then I run and jump in the shower and run to the store and do whatever else I have to do before my next live starts at 7 o'clock tonight.
That would be 10 o'clock for those of us on the East Coast.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, East Coast.
People. Yes, that would be 10 o'clock or 10:30 or I don't know. But I think I don't know which one it is. Which one is it?
It is going to be 10 o'clock Eastern time. So file that back down to your time zone.
10:30. Yep, 10:30.
Okay.
10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. So yeah, and it's called Where the Nazis on the Run, escaping to South America. That is the question.
You know, we got together yesterday evening, or actually this morning, thinking about it. I read your title and I'm like, we don't even know where to start on our homework. So we're going to come in and learn.
Yeah. Yeah, the guys are really good at this. They pull out all the stops. And of course, they do up a whole slideshow and it gets pretty intense. They're putting a lot of work into this. I need to pay attention and get my butt moving a little quicker because last night they invited me to come to the hoedown and I thought they were just going to chit chat and hang out in StreamYard, but it's the normal Thursday night. Let's get together and get this shit organized, make sure we got all our ducks in a row before we start up Friday night. But I didn't realize that. So I was over watching movies and watching documentaries on Hitler. And all
you got your homework. Okay.
Yeah, I did. It just wasn't, I was supposed to be collaborating and I wasn't. Next time they need to know, they need to just pick up the phone and go, listen, bitch, you're supposed to be here right now. Get over here.
Just tell them to send you an itemized, report. You know, the way we used to do in school with the Roman numerals and the layout. Just like, give me my points. Hey,
Yes.
That's not till tonight, Army Vet. Don't worry. Relax.
Yes. 7:30. It should be fun. Hey, AV, how are you?
I think it's going to be interesting.
Kim and Alexis P.
Hey, Kim. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, Alexis.
How are we doing, ladies? Oh, and Niels is back. Yeah, it should be a very interesting show tonight. So everybody show up and hang out. Maybe I should pop the link in there so everybody can go check it out. And I can't do two things at once. Here we go. Oh, shit. Highlighted too much. I would have been copying for days.
Did you get it?
Yep. Maybe if I could squeeze that in there.
You should be scared, Amy. You should be scared.
You should be scared all the time. Hey, Melted Copper, how are you, sir?
If we ain't got you rattled a little bit, we're not doing our job.
Yes. Kim, long time no see. It's been a while since we seen you.
I hope you're doing well, baby girl.
I think it's going to get hot again here. Yesterday wasn't too bad. It was upper 80s. It sounds like Alaska just had a big earthquake, though. What did I just read in my email?
Oh, they did. They had a tsunami warning.
7.3 earthquake. Ay, ay, ay. Triggering a tsunami warning across the Alaska Peninsula. Oh,
Yeah, that one worried me.
I wonder if I should have Marvin be checking on John. Where's it hit at?
It's along that western coast, I think. I could be very wrong, but
Yeah. Let's see what these guys say. How long is that? Okay, let's look at it. Oh, shit. Can't make it big yet. Can't make it big yet. I say that just to keep everybody wondering what the hell I'm talking about. That's right.
Make it bigger back there, Susie. What do you mean?
That's right. They wonder what I'm talking about. They'll pay attention. Okay, here we go. Now I think we can make it bigger.
People here in Julian really felt the brunt force of this earthquake. And like you said, the epicenter was just 2.5 miles south of here. And this comes just less than 24 hours after a 3.5 magnitude earthquake hit the same area.
The whole building started shaking. The parking lot literally felt like a wave under my feet. It was crazy.
A powerful quake hit the town of Julian today, shaking homes, businesses, and nerves across the county.
It just started going and it was getting worse. And then I got up and ran after the dog and we headed outside.
I know you're scared. I know you're scared.
These panels fell out. A couple of them are broken.
Ashley Carter was working from home when the ground began to shake. She lives just down the road from the epicenter where it hit the hardest near William Heisey County Park.
There was a lot going on, a lot of movement, some items flying around, and it wasn't safe to be inside.
How long did it last?
It felt like an eternity, maybe 20, 30 seconds.
All the shaking knocked a lot of her things to the floor, including some of her ceramic figurines. But fortunately, no major damage.
These two lights were swinging around. Some items came flying out. All of our drawers in the kitchen cabinet opened wide up.
Store manager Dylan Carnero was busy sweeping up broken bottles that fell off the shelves here at Mountain Spirits Liquor. Altogether, about $500 or $600 worth.
Once I stopped hearing the bottles popping and everything,
That's 2 bottles.
My first thought was just to get outside and onto the street and away from the buildings, of course.
A smaller earthquake. It's an earthquake?
I was at a press conference outside the Registrar of Voters in Kearney Mesa when I got an alert to my phone. 5 to 10 seconds later, the parking garage nearby began to shake. Troy Wenzel was out for a motorcycle ride today. He felt the quake in a parking lot in Descanso.
At first, I'm thinking I could feel it under my feet and I could hear it. And I'm thinking, wow, is there a big semi going by, But then I realized, no way. And then it got worse. And I literally could just kind of feel myself going up and down. It was crazy.
Now, Carlo, just to reiterate, I have 2 apps on my phone, SD Emergency and the MyShake app, and they both alerted me, and it's true what they say. It gave me about 5 to 10 seconds of lead time before any shaking started.
Oh, 5 to 10 seconds. Well, that should be enough to get out of the way of the crack that's going to come down through the middle of Main Street.
5 seconds to process, 5 seconds to run. Thanks, God.
Thanks for that up there, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I love the name of the app, MyShake.
Brings all the boys to the yard.
Oh, that was funny.
Okay, I'm good. That's what I thought too, Niels. I thought it was Gavin.
I know he does look like him, doesn't he? It's like, well, he got another job. He must know something.
And my brain broke for a minute. I'm like, Gavin, no, not in Alaska. I know, no, he wouldn't.
That's hard labor right there, considering what Gavin does.
Right?
Well, she was saying that she had to get out of the house. I heard the one girl that say she had to get out of the house because it was okay. No. We've been through a few earthquakes. I'm not leaving my house. when an earth, because shit starts falling. You got telephone pole, whatever. I don't want to be out there in the middle
I
of
agree.
that.
I'm more scared of the trees that are gonna fall on
Yeah.
me than the house.
Yeah, I'll take my chances with the panels falling from the ceiling versus the trees falling from the ceiling thing. Yeah, I don't. So yeah, I'm not quite sure why she went outside, but okay, yeah, you do what you got to do, honey.
Run for the sinkhole, baby. Run for it.
That's right. Ooh. That's the one that really freaks me out. It's sinkholes, because you don't know it till it's sinking.
But the movies tell us that there's going to be this great old big crack after an earthquake somewhere. Everybody falls into it.
Okay, wait. So here's a headline that'll just about make your skin crawl. Rubio bans overseas outpost commenting on foreign elections unless there's a clear and what? Read the full article. A clear and compelling U.S. interest. Oh, so they can't say nothing about it. Oh, you people are gonna. I'm telling you what. They're starting to piss me off. So now you can't talk about it. If they're over there, they can't comment on foreign elections. That seems a bit stifling, doesn't it?
Don't they, though? Don't they always meddle in ours? I won't say meddle because it wasn't like the whole Russia. But they do have a lot of opinions about our election.
Mm-hmm. But I guess we're not supposed to comment. If you're over there in another country, you can't comment. Is that what he's saying?
Oh, that's par. Most countries are really that way.
Let's see what this dumb bastard has to say. Come on.
I think I'll ask Marco to say a few words on Syria. Yeah, it's complicated. Obviously, these are historic, long-time rivalries between different groups. West of Syria, Bedouins, the Druze community, and it led to an unfortunate situation and a misunderstanding, it looks like, between the Israeli side and the Syrian side. So we've been engaged with them all morning long and all night long with both sides, and we think we're on our way towards a real de-escalation and then hopefully get back on track in helping Syria build a country and arriving at a situation there in the Middle East is far more stable. So,
okay, well, that had nothing to do with what I was talking about. Why did they do that? They put something completely the opposite of what they're supposed to be in there.
Damn clickbait.
Okay, where's that coming from? Holy shit. Hell. Okay. Close that out. All right. Now we're back to normal, I think. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I got to tell you, I thought that maybe we were going to get back to some normalcy, having Trump in office and getting things back, just getting stuff back to normal. And now I'm starting to wonder if that's really ever going to happen.
They just won't let off the gas on the sabotage. They don't have any ideas of their own, but they're sure not going to let the Republicans have any.
Well, I'm concerned about what the Republicans are doing, though. This whole bullshit that came up with Epstein and all of that, the transparency went straight out the window. And even Trump was willing to just go, his comment wasn't good. And now he's gone back on that and said, oh, okay, show the court documents. Now that's where we're at. Go ahead, Bondi, show them the court documents. So we're never going back, right, Arby? Arby, good to see you.
Isn't it? Hi, Arby. It's good to see you.
I always make sure to do the helicopter from the side. No, I was just thinking that with Trump, he tended to be a little more transparent than any other president I've seen. And so, and his first term, he did very well at staying transparent and letting us in on everything. And then now he seems to have, I don't know, completely flipped the switch and is doing just weird shit that I never thought he would do. This whole thing, I mean, the whole thing with Epstein, why wasn't it just put out there? It's here's the big deal about it. It may not be a big deal to me, but it's a big deal to the people that were victimized by the prick. And I watched a lot more videos about it, and it does seem like it was more of him being aware. I watched one of the girls that was basically his victim that he, flew from island to island, and she was very young. She was a model trying to get, her way in the world, and he basically used that to
Right.
get what he wanted. And she was pretty young when he got a hold of her. And
One
you
of
can
those
tell it's
instances where it's like, come over here and I'll make you big and famous. Come meet these people with me and I'll make you. And it was just the Epstein Island. Like, she got duped.
yeah, that it's pretty creepy to watch the video of her with it. You can tell that there's something not right now, and you can tell it's probably from that. And
Oh, yeah.
she even admits, like, there wasn't drugs or alcohol involved. None of that was, he didn't partake in that, in the sense of, it wasn't a big drunk fest, and it wasn't like that at all. It was very strange how he would call the girls to his room, and just
Right.
so pedophile-ish.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was I felt pretty bad for that girl. She's an adult now, and she did end up with some cash out of the deal, and that's the other part that pisses me off. Well, there's no client list, and there's no this, and there's, no, we don't have nothing on it, but you paid out these girls.
That's right. But everybody paid their way to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, and they paid these girls, they paid her $2 million.
Oh, yeah.
What's the other? Oh, let's see. So Epstein paid 980,000, and then what was the name? It's initials. What the hell was initials? They paid 100,000 or 100. They paid $1 million to her. I can't remember what the hell the initials were. It's.
But it feels like hush money.
Oh, she didn't have to be quiet. So it's not hush money. But the thing about it is it's basically saying, here's some money for the bullshit that you were put through. It's never going to take it away. Obviously, if you watch this girl, you can see it's never going to. JP Morgan. Yep, that's who it was. Thank you, son, honey.
Wow.
Yeah, JP Morgan paid out $1 million to her.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, it's quite the video. I don't know if I can find it, but it'll about make your head spin. Just at first you're kind of like, oh yeah, sure. You're just, you're just here looking for attention. But as you start to watch it, you then realize you see how she acts, and you can just see that she's not putting shit on, that she went through some nasty stuff.
Man.
That most people should never have. I mean, nobody should ever have to go through what she went through. That's just make you sick.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know where that video is. I can't find it, but it's basically if you searched it in YouTube, and it's one of Epstein's victims talking. I think the YouTuber that did the interview with her first name was Blaine, and I can't remember what her last name was. Cute little model that's got lots of Botox. But anyways, yeah. So I felt really bad for that girl. knowing that how she was treated, and you could just see the way she acted that something wasn't right with her. She had been like her brain was fucked with after all of that. Never gonna have a normal life like the rest of us.
Oh no, no. She's seen things,
Mhm.
been promised things.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. And what else did I see in the news? Oregon. Oh, good old Oregon. So Governor Kotek, that dumb bleeding bitch. Oh God, she makes me sick. Okay. She has now put into law that if you have an inner tube tied to another inner tube, you have to get a permit for it. It's considered a boat. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this goes into effect January of 2026. And I put a thing out on Facebook saying, okay, we need everybody that wants to go inner tubing next year in July. Put your name on the list.
I'm like, so
Because
how do
we
we get
tie in
that?
as long as we can get that son of a bitch, and there ain't going to be not one permit included. And you do not get to come if you're not willing to tie your inner tube to your buddies.
Like, how are we going to register an inner tube with the DMV? Come on, y'all.
Yep. They're literally asking you to get a permit. If you've got 2 inner tubes and a rope, those sons of bitches better be permitted.
That's funny.
The running joke is that now she's going to do a splash ban, and it's going to be you have to get a permit to splash people, and if you don't, it's a $500 ticket. I said, please don't give her ideas like that. My God, she doesn't need any. Crazy hag. Yes, so here in Oregon, if you decide that you're gonna, you and your buddy are gonna get on an inner tube, don't you dare tie them together. You leave the rope out, or you get your $6 out, because you're gonna need a permit. And if you don't pay the $6 permit, it's a $115 ticket. So enjoy that one.
Well, that's true too, Sonny. Honey, like, when do we need a convoy of tubes?
Yeah, there's just lots of people. I never liked my inner tube tied to anybody because I wanted to be independent and free and do my own thing. I mean, but a lot of times we would, if we were all partaking in something, then we tied our tubes together while we were partaking. If somebody had the cooler, usually it was a boat, then you tied on to the boat so you could get your drinks or whatever, and then you untied and went on about your business. But so, I mean, no, I'm not. And my kids better not be getting a permit either. No, they better not. I don't get in the water around here because you can't see to the bottom. So this water's nasty.
That's me. I don't really physically get in the river much. We'll go to it. We'll sit there. We'll fish out of it, but get in it, not a lot.
I was born on the Clearwater River, and you could see all the way to the bottom, and it's a gorgeous river still. And so, yeah, I'll jump in that river in Idaho all day long, but, well, not all day long because it's cold some bitch until about the middle of July. But here in Oregon, no, I'm not getting in this nasty, mucky stuff. Nope.
No, ours is the Nolichucky. That means the river of death in Indian. So that's my warning.
Mm-hmm.
That's my sign. I believe you.
Yeah, there's. So yeah, that's what else do we got? Good Oregon. We're making sure that we're before long they'll be able to call us Little China.
Little China.
Undocumented woman staged fake ICE kidnapping to generate sympathy and donations, DOJ claims.
I've wondered. I really did wonder how long till that started.
Well, it started.
It started. What, did they prosecute her?
I think they're in, well, no, it's DOJ, so they'll probably just talk about it. Isn't that what they do? DOJ. It's
Yeah.
not like they act on anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
They just chit chat about it.
They just go, oh my God, look, y'all.
Yep. Look, get some headlines going here. This is a perfect one. Clickbait right there. Put that up. Let's see. An undocumented woman faked her kidnapping and blamed it on the Immigration and Customs Enforcement to generate sympathy and donations, the Justice Department has claimed. The DOJ said in a press release Thursday that whatever her name is, Julia Paliza Caladrone, a 41-year-old from Los Angeles, was taken into ICE custody and charged with conspiracy and making false statements to federal officers. The case comes amid criticism of President Donald Trump's mass immigration deportation efforts, which have brought a spike in immigration raids across the country. Oh, well.
So, honey, you're right. They promised to release the footage of the incident sometime next year.
That's right. No, and then they promised to release it sometime next year, and then we'll come back next year and tell you that sorry, we don't have that.
That never happened.
It wasn't on. Sorry, it was on my desk, but there was nothing in there. Kind of like the folders that we handed all those YouTube influencers.
Yes,
you know, the binders. Those binders that was supposed to have shit in them. Yeah, I think they were empty.
Kennedy files, and I thought the Epstein files was in there.
Files. That was the big one. It was. Remember, they all came out. Three YouTubers came out with those in their hands.
Right.
One of them, I think, was oh God, James. What the hell's his last name? I can't remember. Not good with names. But yeah, they were some big influencers, and those are the ones that came out with these binders that we never seen. There was, I mean, I don't know that they ever got anything out.
That's what I was at, but you know what they looked like. It was just solid black bars, the black bar is black bar, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was it. So redacted you couldn't get nothing out of it.
Yeah, exactly, Mr. Nobody. It was just copies of already released info. It was. They've done nothing more for it. It's the same thing with Trump. Now, this is what pisses me off is it's like he's treating us like we're a bunch of teenagers that are pissed off because mom didn't let us, I don't know, see the birthday list. I don't know. But so he keeps giving us little pieces of, little treats like, okay, give them whatever's credible. Okay, now give them the court documents. Whatever that was. I would think court documents means everything that was in on the case, but obviously not. Because we ain't getting that. Hey, LW, what's up?
And
hey,
there's
MC.
my favorite guard dog, AMC. Welcome in. Good to see you, AMC.
Yeah. So I don't know. I the whole thing makes me a little. I don't trust none of it. And now we got him coming out saying, "Oh, my legs are swollen and I got a bruise on my hand. It's okay though. I'm tough and I can get through this."
Well, it was the way CBS ravaged into it. Like, oh my God, he's got varicose veins in his hand. Okay, they used the medical term, but I'm like, that's a varicose veins.
Right. Well, no, they did cover it up, and he did have a bruise on his hand, and they call it something because the blood ain't getting from his feet to his head or some shit. Yeah. You know what? He seems to still do better than Biden, so I'm pretty sure he's okay.
These are things even pregnant women deal with. Come on, y'all.
Right. He noticed that his legs were swollen. Well, that's great. Every time we go to Mexico, Marvin's legs swell up for some. I think it's all the salty drinks he drinks, to tell you the truth. But
right. Could be.
I do. As soon as we get back home, he's fine. It's like, the minute we drop down in here in Portland, he's like, "Oh, I'm good. Everything's fine."
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen anywhere else he flies, but usually he's not drinking when he goes out flying other places because he's going to work on aircrafts. But when we go to Mexico, well, there's drinking involved. So
Yeah. And I mean, lots of salt and lime there in Mexico. Everything's with salt and lime.
everything. Everything. It doesn't matter what it is. If you don't think there's salt and lime on it, they'll put some on there for you. Hey, Andy, what's up? And way up.
Andy. And way up, dude. Yeah, hey, way up, dude.
Yes, it is. Greetings, fringe lunatic. Exactly.
I feel like I've been gone for a whole year, and I'm finally like seeing everybody from my class from last year.
Right? It's like a class reunion.
So y'all just excuse my extra. Hey, when today I was a little extra excited.
She's very, very excited. She's happy to see us all. Oh, look, there's Nils.
What's up?
Hello.
You're not on the lake. That don't look like the lake.
No. We've been back home. I'm in fucking Southeast Ohio. I'm at Angie's store.
Ah.
Came to hang out with her because we both had to get our license renewed. Sat at the DMV forever.
Yuck.
That sucked.
Oh, I hate that.
So I was like, I'll just hang out with you at work for a couple hours.
Do you know that if you don't plan on going out of the country, there's no reason to get that real ID? If you don't plan on leaving the country, there's no reason to even get it.
Can you get
It's a hell of a lot faster too if you get like
Can you get
on that way you
just
can
with
do like a
domestic
30-day
flight
tourist
without
visa,
it?
have a federal ID a lot faster.
What was
See,
that?
a lot
Mouse?
of people don't know. A lot of people don't know this, that you have it's a North American something compact that you don't even need a passport. You just do a tourist visa paper versus your passport. So you can visit any country in North America. You just, when you get there and shit and go to their customs office, you sit down, fill out like a 50-page paper or on a computer, and then boom, you're allowed in the country for 30 days.
I ain't leaving this country, so no need to worry
Can
about
we
it.
get on domestic flights just within the U.S. without that star?
Yeah, it just gets you through a lot faster with a federalized ID.
Okay.
But yeah, so if you like want to go to Aruba for a week or something.
And if you get a vaccine, you get through like twice as quick. So, it's like, and they give you, I don't know, a sucker.
Yeah.
I get a Walmart sticker.
That's right. I got a sticker.
Happy.
When we came back from Mexico, we didn't talk to anybody. It was all machines. And we just pushed buttons and stood in front of a screen. And then there was a Mexican couple that was in front of us. And he turned around and I said, that seemed to really, as we walked away, they were in front of us. And I said to Marvin, that seemed really shady. Like it was way too easy to get in here. It seems like there should have been a bit more to it. And the guy turned around and goes, hell yeah, I'd have brought a lot more if I'd have known it was going to be that easy. My mouth dropped. Marvin started laughing. I'm like, oh, shit. He was on the plane with us. All right.
I will not confirm nor deny that there were several nurses and staff that forged documents for vaccinations.
Oh, yeah.
They have no way to test to see if you're vaccinated, so we're like, fuck it.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's what I said from the get-go. Just print off a piece of paper and sign a signature on there. How the hell are they going to know?
Well, even the vaccination cards, employee health shouldn't just leave those laying around.
Yeah, I know, right? Shouldn't leave them on a stack there in the office before you come in to greet me.
Oh my gosh, Flatty, is that your new puppy? Flatty got a new puppy. We got to show her. Oh my goodness, she's so cute. See, this how come I can't do dogs? You can't show me this stuff because I don't want a dog, but this makes me look at it. She's so cute. Look how tiny it is.
You get those robotic puppies now.
Right?
Oh my god.
Little.
If it starts to get annoying, you just unplug it, turn it off.
Look at that face.
No, I have bills to pay. No, I have bills to pay.
No, exactly.
No. I can't afford that. I just got to
My-
keep telling myself.
My couch don't want it. My couch don't want it. My couch don't want it.
Right?
I don't have enough two shoes.
What'd Andy say? Andy's seen what? Anybody watch Tucker last night? I did not, Andy.
I did.
Was
Oh
it
no,
good?
the way the food prices are going on, we might be all eating Alpo al jus because it's cheaper.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Now I want to know what Tucker said.
Tucker Carlson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch the show last night.
Oh, Lord, don't touch nothing. Everything starts playing. Okay. Oh, the true history of Epstein. Is that the one?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Oh, it's 3 hours long. Lord, can we have some clips?
Yeah, I love how they say, "Oh, there's no list at all," but yet what I sent you, sa15.org, is the solicitor office for West Palm Beach County, and they got tons of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just sent you that one section of it, but yeah, the rest is on the SA office. That's what that is.
Okay. Let's see here. Nobody's talking about this story. I think it starts. Okay, let me see here. Let me share this. Remove that. Holy moly, it's getting hot in here already.
I know, here too.
It's only like, I don't know, 10 o'clock in the morning.
The real answer is Jeffrey Epstein was working on behalf of intel services, probably not American. And we have every right to ask, on whose behalf was he working? How does a guy go from being a math teacher at the Dalton School in the late 70s with no college degree to having multiple airplanes, a private island, and the largest residential house in Manhattan? Where did all the money come from? And no one has ever gotten to the bottom of that because no one has ever tried. And moreover, it's extremely obvious to anyone who watches that this guy had direct connections to a foreign government. Now, no one's allowed to say that that foreign government is Israel because we have been somehow cowed into thinking that that's naughty. There is nothing wrong with saying that. There is nothing hateful about saying that. There's nothing anti-Semitic about saying that. There's nothing even anti-Israel about saying that. And I think the real answer is Jeffrey Epstein was working on behalf of intel services, probably not American. And we have every right to ask, on whose behalf was he working? How does a guy go from being a math teacher at the Dalton School in the late 70s with no college degree to having multiple airplanes, a private island, and the largest residential house in Manhattan? Where did all the money come from? And no one has ever gotten to the bottom of that because no one has ever tried. And moreover, it's extremely obvious to anyone who watches that this guy had direct connections to a foreign government. Now, no one's allowed to say that that foreign government is Israel because we have been somehow cowed into thinking that that's naughty. There is nothing wrong with saying that. There is nothing hateful about saying that. There's nothing anti-Semitic about saying that. There's nothing even anti-Israel about saying that. And I think the real answer is Jeffrey Epstein.
Why wouldn't Congress pass a law saying we can't have foreign ownership of land in the United States?
The purpose of this interview, the purpose of all questions that I've ever raised about Epstein, go back to one central question, which is who runs the world? Who's making the decisions and on whose behalf? This idea that, you know, there are all these 100 and whatever nation states each acting, and that's not true. And so what is true? This may point us in that direction.
A lot of people want to hear that he was an agent of this organization and like sort of have it nice and pat and tight like that. And it may be that he did more work for one than the other. He had more loyalty to one than the other, things like that. When you look at his various connections that we'll get into, maybe there's, you know, conclusions to draw there. But he was one of these guys who was kind of a freelance fixer. As you said, you know, the idea that there's 100 something independent nation states all acting in their own interest. That's a fiction today. It was a fiction yesterday. It was a fiction in the 1980s. Epstein was an asset of this network of intelligence agencies that would do these things together.
The purpose of this interview, the purpose of all questions that I've ever raised about Epstein, go back to one central question, which is who runs the world? Who's making the decisions and on whose behalf? We're all in the wrong circumstance capable of anything. But I said to this person, I don't get the like underage girl thing. That's like, they're not into it. They're kids. Maybe I have too many kids or something. I'm not being self-righteous, I'm just being honest.
No,
I just don't get that. I don't see any appeal at all.
It's a pathological obsession. I mean, Epstein was into girls with braces specifically.
Exactly. So what is that? And the conventional explanation is, maybe I'm being too honest, but I think this is really revealing because it's not about sex. It's a spiritual thing. And I said, what is that? And this friend of mine said, it's the thrill of destroying innocence. That's what it is.
Oh my God.
And that is the definition of evil. That is Satan right
Well,
there.
that was
it's taking something pure. I guess this is maybe, I'm the only person who never thought of this. Maybe you already have. I had not thought of that. I was like, it's not just a sexual attraction. Like, oh, I think, underage girls with braces are hot. They're not. No normal person thinks that. That's bizarre. No. The idea is that I'm destroying something that's pure.
Yeah, and throughout history.
Well, that's Satan acting. Sorry.
Throughout history, people have looked at that as something that confers power. That's what child sacrifice
exactly.
is,
We're all in the wrong.
She's running down this story, and she's got 3 on the record witnesses, 2 sisters, but then one totally independent, telling the same story about Jeffrey Epstein. He sexually assaulted them. She gets her interview with Jeffrey Epstein, and she asks him about the girls, and he gets really, really upset, threatens her personally, threatens her, like says, I'm not coming after the magazine if you print this. I'm coming after you because my relationship here is with you. Don't do this to yourself. Don't do this to your family. It's not worth it.
Whoa.
And so she says, well, does what a reporter's supposed to do, I suppose. You're not going to push me around like that. And you don't know who this guy is. And so he's just some rich guy who's trying to threaten you or something. And so she writes up the story. And it goes through legal, and legal looks at it. You got 3 on the record witnesses corroborating each other's stories, gets through legal. And then right before it goes to press, Graydon Carter, who was running Vanity Fair at the time, he puts the kibosh on that part of the story. He just takes it out without even telling Vicky Ward. Has all of that stuff removed. It's just a profile piece about Jeffrey Epstein, this international.
Minus the sexual assault allegations.
Correct. And so the stories, though, where it gets really interesting, he comes into his office one day. He's the first person in the office. Graydon Carter's office within the larger complex is locked, but Jeffrey Epstein's already in there. He's the first person in. And he's waiting for him. And he berates him and threatens him and tells him, he better not print this. And a short time later, Graydon Carter leaves his house in New York City, and he finds a bullet on his stoop.
Mm-hmm.
And then a little while later at his country house upstate, he finds a severed cat's head on the porch there. And according to the senior editor and a lot of people at Vanity Fair, Graydon Carter and everybody in the office knew exactly what this was. These were threats from Jeffrey Epstein. And Graydon Carter acts the story because of that. She's running down this.
Wow.
This world's so messed up.
To put that exact twist on the whole Epstein thing is wild. But it's true. The whole smashing of innocence. Ugh.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely sickening.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we could watch that whole thing, but I would screw everybody over for the whole day getting anything done. So we better not do that.
Yeah, that could take a whole month.
Well, LW said they should have 20 years of info since the 2000s to think it would all fit in a binder was such a sham. Well, I don't think I don't think it was under the presumption that everything was in those binders. Those binders were supposed to be part of the information is how I took it. That's kind of, if I remember right, when they came out with those binders and holding them up and yoo-hoo, here we are with the information and we'll give it out. I thought that in itself made me very leery because why wouldn't they just give out why did you only give it to a certain amount of people? that just seems stupid. Why didn't you just put it out there? I mean, the White House could have put all that shit out there itself. They could have done all of it. I don't understand why they had to go through and play the game of, here, let's give it to the 3 special kids in class. I mean, that just seems stupid and nothing. I mean, how much information did they really give out? I haven't really seen anything out of those binders except what we've already, and like, who was it? Mr. Nobody said that the information in those binders was information we already knew. So we would have never known if it was, new information anyway. One binder would have covered about 1% of anything, right?
Yeah.
It was redacted shit. Exactly. That's all it was. Yeah. I'm just, whole thing is frustrating.
I agree.
Oh, Neil,
we're not getting any closer to what we wanted, and that was, the whole leave our kids alone movement.
Mm-hmm.
And it's disheartening because even after we thought, okay, now Trump's in office, this whole capture the kid thing is going to stop. We're going to start unraveling some of this stuff, and they haven't. Yeah. Not even Diddy. Nope. I'm not seeing any movement in, protecting our kids. Nobody's paying for anything. Nobody's going to be made an example of. None of it.
Well, and it's almost like the kids aren't precious anymore. Like that we do not hold them. I mean, kids are the future. If you do not treat them as such and raise them up to have a better world, then we're never, I mean, we can always do better. So if you're not teaching the kids that, and you're, this is the kind of shit that goes on, these kids are never going to be held accountable for anything. They're never going to, because they're watching the adults that aren't being held accountable for anything. And now even Trump's doing this shit. I mean, I just don't understand what he's thinking. It's almost like it's not him. It's so weird. And I'm sorry, at this point, I don't trust AI and I don't trust none of it. And I know it's probably him, but it's still kind of, I don't know how you change your character so much from one day you're this way to completely flipping it.
I want to blame it on stress, and I want, because God, he's under so much pressure. And then, you know that the world's got a hit out on you. That's got to be tremendous pressure. But it's not like he didn't know this going in. It's not like any of us didn't have any idea what was going to happen if he ran again. Like, he knew what he was up against. He knew, every time he opened his mouth, there's going to be a Democrat call a judge.
Yeah, I just feel like he's not. It's not what he's portrayed to us. He did a whole, I mean, for the last 8 years, he ran on one, on certain things, and transparency was huge. I mean, he let us know everything the first term. And I knew that this term was going to be different because it's his last one. And there's a lot of things he could do in this one that maybe he couldn't do in the other one for fear of not being elected again. So, but I still feel like he has done a 180, and it makes me very nervous. It makes me think that he can be bought, and I didn't think he could be. I thought he had enough, money that he couldn't be bought, but I'm beginning to wonder.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, he's backed off a lot of things that we wanted him to stay on the throttle.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then to do things like this bullshit right here, where we're all bitching about the Epstein thing, and he's like, okay, we'll release this part. Okay, that's not how you do it. When you see that you have a bunch of disgruntled people and you need to address the situation, you don't go, okay, just give him a crumb. No, you sit down and eye to eye, you have conversations as in, what is it that y'all think we need to do to get this, out in the open and make you guys feel like you can trust us, the government? What is it that we can do? He didn't do none of that. He just immediately went, we're still talking about this like we're a bunch of dumb shit.
Right.
And then he turned around and went, oh, okay, well, they're still not going to stop bitching. So here, give them a crumb. Give them the court documents. No. I don't really care so much about seeing the videos. What I do care about is some trustworthy people, people with actual ethics, actually sitting and, that are trustworthy people that can sit down and go over those videos and do a list of the people that should be hung out to dry for this. If they don't want to show the videos, all the videos could be blurred. We have AI now that can blur all that shit out if they don't want to spend the time doing it manually. There's no reason that we shouldn't be seeing videos. No, we don't need to see actual sexual actions, but we need to see who was messing around with those little girls. And I think we need to see it with our own eyes, really. I think we need to see what the hell they were doing. And
I want to see some repercussions for people that messed with kids, and I want to see that some kids are being taken care of, getting
exactly
saved, or at least cared about, as a victim. We're more worried about the client list and who all's on it. What about the victims? What about the people that need to pay for making those people victims? And I'm not seeing it. Nobody's going to get in trouble for it.
Well, and how are we going to stop that? If we don't deal with this shit now, it will continue to happen. If you think that there's only one Jeffrey Epstein out there in the world, you're sadly mistaken. There's lots of creeps like this, and they do, and they're just under the guise of, money.
And didn't prove that to us. Like it's everywhere. There's more than one shape, size, and color Epstein out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, for me, that's kind of where it starts. These kids need, they are going to they needed help. Through all of it. But again, if we don't want this to happen again, this has to be addressed. We have to do it. And we have to set an example and we need to use these people as that example.
I agree with that.
It's kind of like, have you seen where the woman's like, her baby won't eat. He, every time she brings the food to his mouth, he will not eat it. He keeps his mouth closed, turns his head, ain't doing it. So she grabs a doll and she smacks it in the head about 4 times. And then because the doll won't eat the food. And then she hands the baby the food and that baby eats that food right up. They literally watch from it. It's the same way with adults. They'll do the same thing. If they see a few people get smacked around for doing stuff to kids, they won't be so quick to want to do it again.
Exactly.
Or do it. They'll
and that's what I meant. That's what I meant when I said, and nobody's being made an example of. Like, we were ready for that. Like, put a stop to this. Show these people we're not going to deal with this anymore. And nope, they go into court and it's like, oh, well, was it really that? Seriously. Yeah. All that they had on Diddy, all they got him for was transporting them,
Yeah, it's just, and the whole thing about, well, if it was done in another country, I don't give 2 shits.
A victim is a victim.
If you are an American, and I don't care if you do some crazy ass shit in Iran, and then you come back to America, we should hold you accountable for whatever you were doing. You're not coming back into our country under the assumption that you won't do that here. So if you'll do it in another country, especially things of horrendous crimes that are against people, that there's victims, then you bet your sweet ass. I think we should hold him accountable here. And we do it just like a normal trial. You dig up all the evidence. There was so much shit, though, that the U.S. did not do with the Epstein. I mean, they wouldn't even investigate people because this one specific, this girl, she couldn't get to the U.S. to have a interview with the FBI, I think it was. So they just gaffed her. They didn't do an interview with her at all. She ended up with almost $2 million, but they didn't do an interview with her at all. They never interviewed her. She was one of the huge victims. I mean, he took her from place to place as one of his little slave dolls. And they never interviewed her.
That is sad. I mean, to shut the victim down, it doesn't make it a victimless crime.
No.
Still a victim.
Well, and to just pay him out doesn't make it go away either. I mean, there was shit that went down. I mean, like the other day when I was saying, well, Ghislaine shouldn't be in prison. I mean that sarcastically. If there's no clients, then what's she doing in prison?
Right. What they got her on.
It couldn't have been. Here's the deal. I don't believe it was just him that did that to 1,000 victims. Over, I don't care how many years. I don't believe it was just him. I think he did use, I mean, we've already seen pictures of young girls with men at Epstein's place. So we've already seen that shit. We already know that it exists. And we already know they were messing around with those kids.
Yeah.
I mean, who takes those kids to a party like that? I mean, unless you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing.
Exactly. And then there's still the part, how are you carrying these kids around without authority, families upheaving about it? Did you pay them off too?
Yeah, the whole Cash Bongino, I'm furious with those two. They made Bongino made such a big deal. And now it's like, and you can tell when he talks, you can see it in his eyes. He's lying through his fucking teeth. I don't believe anything Bongino says after this. Because he basically poo-pooed it when he was one that was huge in this. And then the whole thing of, well, I'm leaving. Oh no, I'll come back. I talked with Trump. He licked my leg just right. He tickled my balls. Whatever. I'm gonna stay. That's just. It's a little frustrating. Well, the only reason they do is because we've let them for so long. If we would have held these people accountable, it wouldn't have gotten like this. Also, if we would have held them accountable, the government wouldn't have grown to the size that it is. We should have never let this happen. That's why there's all the overreach, because we all freak out going, we can't do nothing. I guess we'll just do whatever they say. We should be standing up. As citizens, we should be pissed off. We should be probably acting like those dumbass rioters out there. We really probably should. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't know how else you're going to get the government to stop this. And I don't know how you're going to reduce it.
Every time we riot, they blame the politician, not the rioters. I don't get it.
Well, remember January 6th, Christ, all they had to do was walk into a building and they were considered rioters. But the ones out right now, they're burning shit down, tearing shit up.
But that don't count. That don't count. That don't count.
They're still at the ICE building in Portland, just tearing that place up.
Wow.
Yep. And of course, the mayor and Kotex, they don't want the cops coming in and helping at all. They don't. The cops finally did at one point. They did come in and go, okay, this is enough, because they were getting phone calls left and right. of people going, we can't sleep. This has gone on for over a month now. We're this one lady, she's losing her hearing from it. She went to the doctor, and the doctor said, yes, your hearing has literally been affected by this shit because it's noise all night long. She said it doesn't matter how many fans or what she keeps going in her apartment, it's not loud enough to drown them out. And if you can imagine listening to that shit day in and day out, the only time she gets a break from it is when she'd go to work. I'm telling you what.
Man, that's insane.
I would fix it. And the problem is I'd end up behind bars. But there would be no more noise. Let me tell you, there'd be no more noise.
No more noise.
You would hear noise for about 15 seconds and then it'd be over with.
We have this thing out here in the country that the guys like to play with called Tanzanite. It's loud. It'll clear a whole neighborhood.
Right?
I guess that's why they don't riot in the country, huh?
Jeez. And that's right. It's the same thing in the Coeur d'Alene area in there. Of course, you do have the crazies that'll shoot firefighters for fighting a fire. It's weird.
Right.
But when they tried to go and riot in Coeur d'Alene, oh yeah, Idaho don't play. They don't play riots at all. They don't deal with it well at all. So in Coeur d'Alene, the rednecks came out in abundance going, oh no, you're not doing that shit to our town. No.
We came in real fast, and this was even during BLM, and we changed laws in Tennessee that stated if you're standing in a freeway, just even standing there with a picket sign, you can get run over. And this thing about, swarming a car, no, in Tennessee, we are allowed to run over you for our safety.
Yep. Well, I don't care if it's legal or not. If you stand in front of my car and I feel for my life, I'm getting away.
Well, how do you know what these people are going to do? We have seen them smash cars. We've seen them catch them on fire with people in them. We've seen them pull people out. Like, I'm not sitting I don't care, red light. I don't care.
Yep,
I'll run.
I don't care. Well, and one of the biggest things that Rick has told us, all of his subs, he tells us this all the time. When you pull up to a car behind you, first of all, you should always be aware of your surroundings constantly. Yeah. That means when you're putting your groceries in your trunk, it don't matter. You still need to, like, as I'm walking out the door, I'm already thinking about what's behind me because I don't know who's coming behind me coming out the door. And I'm also I'm scanning the parking lot to make sure that there's no funky business going on around me as much as I can. Right. I scan around my car really, really well. While I'm putting my groceries in, I'm constantly, yes, I'm putting my groceries in, but I'm looking up and around to make sure that nobody's coming up on me. I'm not doing it in a paranoid way, but I am paying very close attention. The other thing is when you're driving, when you come up behind another car, you stay back far enough that you can see the bottom of their back tires that are on the ground.
That gives you enough room to pull out and pull away.
Yes. And that's because of all the carjackings that have gone on, where they'll pull up, there'll be two rigs, one will be in front and one will be in back, and they stop and smush you in there, and then they, you can't get out, you can't go nowhere. But I really try to never do that. One of the other things that I do for driving defense wise is I never pull up beside a truck until the car in front of me is past the truck so that I can get by the truck and be ahead of him. I do not want to be by his wheels in case one of those bitches blows out.
I do that too, because that is crazy.
Mm-hmm. And I don't drive beside other cars either. I want you either in back of me or in front of me when you're on the side of me. I do not want you beside me.
All right. I'm the same way. I'll slow down, stay out of my blind spot.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you never know. I also don't really like to follow people that are towing shit because I don't know how well they hooked it up. I don't know if they tied everything down. So I really try to stay away from that. If I see somebody with a trailer load of shit, I'll gas it and get around them so I'm ahead of them so I'm not catching the shit that's flying out of the back of their rig.
Yeah, log trucks are the worst for me. I get that whole final destination moment. I'm like, nope.
See, I would trust a log truck long before I would trust, say, somebody who's moving shit out of their house.
Yeah,
And their whole pickup's full and they've got shit flying all over. Yeah. No, I'd trust the logging truck driver long before I'd trust that dumb bastard that just threw all the shit in his rig, never bothered to strap it down and drove off.
Yeah. I've seen those too.
Oh gosh. When my daughter moved out of our place into her own place, they had it's fucking flying squirrels. What are they called? It's just beyond me. I can't think of the name of them. Anyways, they're little flying squirrels. And the cage was huge. It was 2 cages, one on top of each other, and you clipped it together. Well, one of her friends helped her move, and he put it in his truck and he didn't lay it down. He left it standing straight up in the back of his pickup and then got out on the freeway. And of course, that top piece just promptly flew right off and went into about 1 million pieces. Oh, I wanted to beat the shit out of him. Dumbass. Stupid people like that, I'm telling you what. I just look at him and go, you're an ignorant bastard. I don't know where your mom is, but she should have swallowed. So frustrating. Yeah, the cage was only like, I don't know, $370 or some shit. I mean, it was an expensive cage. Do you think he went, hey, I'll help you replace that top piece? Nope, didn't bother. Oh, sorry. Sorry, man. It's like, you little creep. So the next time she had to move, I said, do not call him. No, don't call him.
Don't call him.
I'll move all this shit. Do not call him.
Have we heard about this guy? Social media is going crazy with it. The CEO and his coworker caught at the coal
Yeah, I
plant.
thought that was funny. He's holding her boob. That's very funny. Where is that? Let me see. That was funny as hell.
On the kiss cam.
Let's see.
And I think his comment was something to the effect, I'm very upset that they publicized a very private moment. And I'm like, and it was, they publicized it without his permission.
It's kind of, I got to tell you, the type of people that,
Did you
I mean,
have your wife's permission? to be
you're not
loving
a
on
young,
her?
you're not a young person. You are 2 full-grown 50-year adults, guaranteed.
Yes.
What in the fuck are you doing?
Is this the whole video?
Look at him. He's got a whole handful there.
Oh, yeah.
Let me hold that booby. He looks right at the camera. Oh, that'll be great for divorce.
It was that whole moment. Remember when we were teenagers and we were having
I don't know, but
parties,
you know what
and
I
then the
love?
adults walked in and everybody just kind of shoved their date on. We weren't touching.
I love that his wife is going to get everything.
I love it too. She deserves it.
Fuck around and find out.
That.
And you know what? Her husband's going to get everything. I hope.
I love it. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah,
And it was the way he
concert.
was like, well, they posted that without my permission. Honey, permission.
what?
That's cute. Did you
You're
have
in
permission
public.
to be there with another woman? I doubt it.
Yeah, they didn't have permission from your husband to post it either.
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Uh-oh.
Look at him.
Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Look at that lady's face.
This video
She's like,
caught
they're
2 top
busted.
executives of a software company allegedly had
That girl is friends with her. And I will guarantee you, she's like, you two are so fucking busted.
Don't blame this one on me.
Yep. I love what the best part is. What a weasel right here. You're a dick.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All
He
right,
can't
come
get
on,
lower.
you okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
He became slime and literally
I
just
mean,
slid down the bleachers like.
yep, yep, like scum on the
Fucking,
ground.
how do I get out of here? You dumb. Oh, I am. You know what? You kind of
This video
deserve
caught
it.
2 top executives of a software company allegedly having an affair after being spotted on a kiss cam during a
Oh, 2 executives of software company. Oh, this is perfect.
Oh, I thought I
Yeah.
heard it different. I thought I heard that he was the executive, like CEO, and she was like,
She
was over
she's an
HR.
executive and he's a CEO.
Yeah, she was on HR. She's over HR. Because I found that hilarious.
Oh, you're in like 40 kinds of trouble. Here comes Baker. What's up,
Hey.
Baker? Are you gonna talk? You just gonna hold your breath?
No, I had myself on mute on accident.
Okay, well, you keep accidentally pushing mute.
No, not that mute. Mute on my soundboard.
Oh, well, stop it.
Well, I was doing things last night, and I didn't want my mic activated. You can use
you
your
were doing
imagination on
things-
that.
Oh, well.
No, I was.
Jesus, I
playing-
missed a really good hoedown, didn't I? Damn it!
I was messing with my guitar stuff.
Oh, okay. Now that one I get. I deal with that a lot.
Yeah, because every time if my mic's on, it feedbacks through my other stuff, and it just makes a really high pitched squeal, and it makes the neighborhood dogs unhappy, especially at 1 o'clock in the morning.
W were doing like caught.
Playing. He was like, you were the little mouse.
And he was the big bad wolf.
Don't get
No?
me giggling.
No, Baker?
I have an awkward boner.
Fucking Baker.
Needless to say, I'm just waking up. Good morning.
It's FriYay.
That explains the awkward boner. I can't. I'm sorry.
You're both very welcome.
Oh, Lord.
Well, I don't understand what the CEO like. Okay, he got caught cheating. If he wouldn't have reacted the way he did, it would have been just fucking normal. But I don't
Nobody
even know
would
who
have
this
known.
guy is. Like, is he famous CEO or is he just some random guy that got caught?
Well, let's listen to what the lady says. I haven't listened to the whole thing. Listen.
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on, you're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
This video caught 2 top executives of a software company allegedly having an affair after being spotted on a kiss cam during a Coldplay show in Boston on Wednesday. The clip of the pair quickly spread across social media platforms, and people were quick to identify the pair as tech company astronomer, chief executive Andy Byron, and the chief people officer Kristen Cabot. People then realized the pair were both married, but to other people. Byron's LinkedIn account, which has now been deleted, was flooded with comments from people making jokes about the incident. Following the fallout, Byron's wife allegedly removed his last name from her Facebook profile. According to a now deleted LinkedIn post, it appears as though Cabot only started at the company 7 months ago. Neither Byron, Cabot, nor the company have publicly responded to the incident.
Yeah. Oh, look at these.
Those are some creepy. That just pisses me off. Because here's the deal. And I try not to think about this. But I will guarantee you there are kids involved. They're probably not even out of the house yet. And these two took it upon. I mean, you couldn't even so much as you want to go screw around, but you couldn't even keep it out of the public eye. You went to a concert where I mean, come on, tell me, tons of concerts have kiss cams. You don't think that you're going to be spotted?
I'm more embarrassed that he was at a Coldplay concert.
Not you. I know.
I think LW is having like problems with that too.
Like, if this was something cool, I don't know what you classify as cool. I have different taste in music, but like, let's say they drug up some of the members from, I don't know, Pink Floyd from the ground, and they somehow reunited them, and they had just this one mega bash concert, and this happened, I would be fine. I wouldn't even notice. I'm like, oh, whatever. Pink Floyd's on stage.
I don't know. I think I would have. Oh yeah, my mind starts just going rapid, dude. It almost makes, yeah, it almost triggers me. Like, just because he's so blatant about it, and then the minute that he gets caught, he goes weasel and like turns into slime that he is, and kind of sleeks down the bleachers. I mean, she just turned around. What a weasel. I mean, both of them are scum, but what a weasel.
Standing there. Just left her standing there to take it.
So L-Dub, wifey's going to clean up. It depends on what state they're in, right? If this is a no fault state, well, it's 50-50 split right down the middle. There is no cleaning up.
I don't know. I still think a judge is going to love this
I
one
do
in court.
Well, judges can't use emotion, right? When they make rulings, they have to basically they have to rule what's on the books. They have to use case law, because this isn't probably the first time this has ever happened, right?
Well, that's what they say. They have to rule what's on the books. But come on, we know judges put emotion into it.
Well, they can put emotion into it all they want, but if they don't rule by what's on the books, they can get an appeal. And the last thing judges like is to get appeal cases brought to them and then have some other court overrule their court. It's an embarrassment for them. So yeah, it all depends on, and yeah, I mean, who knows? He might get another sympathetic judge where, he or she was cheating on their others. It's like, yeah, I get it. She's horrible. Split down the middle, call it good.
You're making excuses.
No, I'm not making excuses. I'm
You're making excuses.
Unfortunately, I have lived through that life before.
Right. So, I mean, you of all people should get it.
I do.
I think it was
except for if you were that slimy dude, then you probably.
No, I'm talking about a divorce. I've been through the divorce stuff.
In most cases in the divorce court, the judge, he's not there to make it fast. As long as y'all want to sit up there and drag each other through the dirt, the lawyers are in for it, the judge is up for it, because every moment you're in there, you're paying the court. So,
no, that's actually not true. I mean, maybe in your state, but most judges that have so much on their docket, they are incentivized to get their docket cleared, and they are elected public officials, so they have incentives to keep their docket free and clear for other more. I don't want to put like more important cases, because every case is important, but I'm just saying that it depends on what state they're in. I was in Massachusetts, so I'm not gonna go look at case law in Massachusetts. I am lazy this morning. I got fired from my show last night. It was horrible.
Oh my God.
I cried myself to sleep. I played a bunch of like sappy music on my stereo and played the guitar, and I was sad.
I was fired till this morning, but I didn't cry. I mean,
well, I was upset.
It's okay.
I'm not upset anymore.
We hire back tonight. Don't worry.
I didn't apply.
It doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. I gotta apply.
You don't get a choice. I mean, it's the same way with me. I don't get a choice. And let me tell you something.
Is this a labor camp all of a sudden?
If you want me to show up, let me just tell you that you need to say more than just like,
I sent a link. Come join us.
Come join StreamYard to hang out.
Well, by definition, hang out means we're also, doing some pre-production meeting stuff. But yeah, hey, I get it. Listen, I'll take fault for that one. And I should be fired, and I was fired, so I apologize.
Yes. I hope it's in your file. I don't know who controls that file. Yeah, somebody better control the file where you fucked up. Because
No, it's there, and I packed my shit. I've left already.
It's too bad you're coming back tonight. We
That's
still
called a
got
labor
shit to
camp.
do.
Are you putting me in a re-education camp because of this? Because that's some socialist shit right there.
Probably.
Dude, whatever, times are tough these days. So just
Well, it looks like they're hiring for an HR manager. Maybe I can just go. A Coldplay concert, really?
I know, right? You took her to a Coldplay, like you really weren't interested.
he
in
did just said, "Where'd you get that picture? That's my wife."
Well, the fact that Coldplay is even trolling this guy, it's like, dude, you're letting Coldplay make fun of you?
I just don't. I mean, dude.
Right by Coldplay.
I guess he apologized. He apologized publicly.
All right, come on. You're okay?
Oh my God! What a
That's not the statement I
Either they're having
read.
an affair or they're just very shy.
Look at her face. She
This
wouldn't
video
even
caught
have
two
an
top
affair, and
executives of a
her face
software
is
company
redder than theirs.
allegedly having an affair after being spotted on a kiss cam during a Coldplay show in Boston on Wednesday. The clip of the pair quickly spread across social
Maybe
media
she was
platforms,
cold.
and people were quick to identify the pair as tech company astronomer, chief executive.
Oh,
Maybe she was cold. He was just warming her up.
Mm.
That's all he was doing.
Yeah, that's what it was. I want to hear him apologize.
That's a bit personal.
No. Him holding her boobs in public was a bit personal, but
Yeah, but in his response, it was, I'm sorry, and we were filmed without our permission.
I love that answer. Yes.
That's where you went. I don't think you had permission to be standing around her, honey.
wait, he's an astronomer? He should probably be fired because he got it wrong. I wouldn't trust his astronomy.
You just should have seen that coming.
Right? You should have, those stars should have been aligned right into your little escapade there, dude.
Yeah, that's right, Nils. Every cheater video on YouTube will have a Coldplay song in it.
Oh, there they are.
See, all he was doing was reading her star charts. You guys are blowing us way out of proportion.
Maybe he was checking her for breast cancer. We don't
Right.
know.
He hit her North Star, and
Well, he discovered another one after he did. It was an amazing,
that's right.
an amazing feat of discovery.
That's right. And then
he
everything
found the
you
black
went to
hole later that
Uranus.
night.
The whole
Yeah,
thing
that,
became
yeah.
a shit show.
He
Hey,
also
Corey.
said something about private moment that was made public without his consent. Yes, Lady Autumn. That's what I was talking about. That's what made me laugh. Without his permission. That's cute.
Well, really? Was it private? Because I'm sorry, you're standing on the top of the bleacher. You literally went to the top of the bleachers, dude. Yeah.
Hamlet maneuver.
Look, he's at the top. Oh, here. Oh, this looks like even a better angle.
With Liberty Mutual, you can customize your car.
No, I don't.
Oh yeah, good insurance commercial.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. I'm not quite sure what to do.
Oh, they have to give this some kind of fucking intense song in the background
Right?
because oh my god, what are we? This isn't Jason fucking Bourne. Come on.
No, but it's going to turn into the Smiths real quick.
Oh, his wife's hotter. What the fuck, guy?
That wasn't his wife. That was her.
Oh, well, now I need to judge. I'm gonna see his wife now.
I don't think you're gonna get to see his wife. I don't think he's gonna get to see his wife anymore. Well, one more time in court. Oh yeah.
I love how they use the word alleged so they don't get sued.
Mm-hmm. Wait, cost of the concert.
$50,000 for the attorney.
I know there's probably a lot of lives that are destroyed by this whole bullshit, but this is.
Is that his wife? I think that's his wife.
That's her.
Are you sure?
That's the affair. That's the whore. Yes, kiss cams surprise people. I don't understand. If you're screwing around, don't go to a sports event or concert. You're probably going to be on kiss cam, especially if you've got bad luck.
Oh, you know they're scanning the crowd for the lovey-loveys, you know.
That baby's going to have a big nose, I just want to point out. Okay.
What are you trying to say?
Well, both his parents had big noses. Just saying.
This is too early to deal with this shit. What else is going on?
What else is going on? Well, did you get your permit to tie your two inner tubes together?
I didn't know. Did you have to have a permit for that?
You have to have a permit now, Kotek said, in Oregon. If we tie two tubes together, we have to have a $6 permit. Otherwise, it's going to cost us a $115 citation.
I know that you started having to get a permit for your kayaks, which that happened a couple years ago, which, by the way, is fucking dumb. But I understand what the premise is around it because of invasive species being brought from lake to lake to lake. I get that, but there's nobody enforcing that. You know how many times I've been kayaking and never seen anybody enforce it?
When people use inner tubes, they usually tube the same river over and over and over.
Well,
That's what they do all year.
They clean the old fish off of it before.
They're afraid of a zebra mussel. Okay, wait. Let me tell you about the zebra mussel. Let me just pull this up here because we're gonna make sure we get it accurate.
Yeah, we don't want to be spreading any disinformation on Gutter'S pub channel. Oh fuck, heavens me.
No. Okay. Oh, they're saying more now. They've added to it since yesterday.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
All right, this is what they say.
I thought, honestly, whenever you first said it, I thought you were making another gay joke.
No. Okay, let's see here. I think I have to add to that.
Exactly, LW. The dive bar's way on the other side of town for that.
Okay. The zebra mussels are an invasive species, pose a significant threat to the Oregon's ecosystems and infrastructure. But Oregon Invasive Species Council says they have not yet been found in Oregon waterways. Do you know where they've been found? In swimming pools.
Huh?
They're a zebra. They've only found one in a swimming pool. Not sure why they found one there. They've changed this since yesterday.
Okay.
Because I just posted this yesterday in another guy's, there was a guy from Oregon that did a YouTube thing on it. And I posted what it said. I should go find what it actually said yesterday. Because that's different than the one I just posted is different than what it said yesterday. So I'm not quite sure what the hell. Obviously they, AI likes to change their shit frequently, but well, that didn't even come out right.
Well, I would say that I'm surprised, but honestly, she's been a completely ineffective governor, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, she said so just so everybody knows, it's a $6 fee for 7 days for a tube permit, or because it's considered a boat once you tie another tube to it. That's why we're doing this. Or you can opt for the $20 a year. $20 a year or $35 for 2 years to tie 2 tubes together. Oh, and if you have a rope and there's 2 tubes, that substantiate you guys better have a permit or you will get the $115. So say you have a rope tied to your tube and you're tubing with somebody else. It's not on somebody. It's not tied to anybody, but it's on your tube. You will get a fine because it's tied on your tube and you've got another buddy and you guys could tie it together. It's the craziest shit I ever heard when I read the whole thing. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
You know, they started making you buy permits to even float the rivers and certain rivers. Did you know that?
I've never heard of it. I've floated rivers my whole life in Idaho. We never had to have a permit. The only time that they made us do anything was you didn't have to have a permit, but you had to go through a checkpoint to make sure you didn't have shit on your boat if, say, you have a canoe or a boat. Usually it was just boats, but then they changed it to canoes and that sort of thing.
I don't know. I just know that there's certain... I heard, I don't know, I haven't looked into it because I can give a fuck less, but I had heard that you are now required to file for some or try to apply for some permit or something if you're going to float certain rivers in Oregon. Could be wrong. I don't remember the ins and outs of it, but that's sort of kind of what I remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm telling you. I was just, again, it's government overreach as far as I'm concerned. Hey, Ma. My camera's fucking up. I don't know what the deal is. Weird. Piece of shit. I used to tube down the Potomac and Shenandoah rivers as a kid. Times have changed. What the fuck? Yeah, we have in Idaho, we had some gorgeous rivers. Let me see if I can find one.
Unfortunately, Idaho is getting inundated now by a certain group of people that's moving from other places.
Oh. Yeah, I know what you mean. So here's one. Is it going to let me show this? Why isn't it letting me
And they
show
tend
my
to bring
shit?
their politics with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's part of the river. Can't hardly see much of it, but
I don't know if they've even letting people back on our river yet. I do know that there's a whitewater rafting company that's upriver somewhere that's doing a really big fit. They want the river put back together ASAP so they can start up their business. It's so crazy. I'm like, ew. But our river's so tore up, I don't know if you can float in it right now. There's parts right now that you can actually walk across that you've never been able to do that before.
yeah, I'd be afraid about what I'd find in your river right now.
Mm-hmm. I thank God, yeah, no.
Probably a bunch of Coldplay albums.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's lots of stuff still hidden in your guys' river.
Yeah, still, there's
Mm-hmm.
they haven't had a lot of cleanup on it yet. There's still miles and miles of untouched riverbank. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Poor Texas, man. Sounds like they did a whole bunch of flooding.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. this is normally the time of year that they start going into the drought, and here we are. Like, I'm begging for rain over here. It is bad.
Oh, come get some of ours, please.
We need it because like we're under another red flag fire alert today. The wind's supposed to blow 30 miles an hour. We're gonna have fires popping up all over the place.
Oh gosh.
It happens every time. Like the last 3 or 4 red flag fire events, they had an evacuation in Washington of one of a bigger city, part of it because of fires. That was that was what, 3-4 days ago.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, we should just not worry about logging because
just come pick it. Just come pick some of the mess up and wood it out. There you go. There's a lot of wood laying up here.
well, if they would let us continue to log like we used to, and we didn't have these type of forest fires, it would help. But they stopped the logging, and so now everything's just shit. I mean, logging kept the woods maintained.
They shut down the lumber mill over here. That's close to the place I live. They just recently announced it last week, and she gone.
I was trying to find the stuff about the fires, but I don't know. Maybe Facebook must have took it down.
You're still on Facebook? I thought we had this conversation.
I am still on Facebook. I have too many family members on Facebook.
Yeah, I did too, and I told them, yeah, if you need me, here's my number. See ya.
I know, but this lets me know what they're up to and what they're doing, and they know what I'm doing. And anybody ever seen a bird like this? Look at this thing. What the fuck is that?
On their mouth will help guide that insect in.
Listen to it.
So this is an incredible creature that's native actually to Australia. It's called a tawny frogmouth, and it's part of a family of birds that a lot of people call nightjars or nighthawks. And even though their beak doesn't look that big, it'll open really, really wide, and they actually use that for catching insects in flight. While they're flying around, they'll use those big eyes of theirs to actually catch an insect in flight, and those big hairs that they've got around their mouth will help guide that insect in. She's doing what's called stumping, where when they're a little bit nervous, they'll stand completely still in that kind of angle, trying to look like a tree stump. And if you saw this animal in the wild, if you saw this bird in the wild, you would hardly be able to actually make it out. Their camouflage is so good. So this
is that the trippiest little thing? I'd have called it a limmer or something. I don't know. Stump.
That's crazy.
And this is what's preventing logging? Is that what you're saying?
No. I just thought it was cool.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay. I thought it was one of those spotted owls.
No. No, I just thought it was cool. I was looking for some stuff about logging, but
Neil said the bird looks like Pelosi.
oh, this is funny as fuck. Why is this shit? Okay. So when your kids want to say they want to be a furry or something, okay?
Uh-oh.
Come on. There you go. There's your breakfast.
Terry, let's play kitty later. We want to talk, get to know you more. Okay, tell us what you like to do.
I'm a cat.
You're weird. Hey, Madonna, that's enough. Okay, stop it.
Do you really think you're a cat? You're not a cat, you're a girl. She's acting like a cat.
Donna, where are those chicken livers you say?
Oh, they in there somewhere. Why? Okay.
Terry. Hey, Terry.
Ew.
Come on. Come on. There you go. There's your breakfast. The cats around here got to eat, chicken livers and little mice and things like that. So you want to be a cat? We're going to set a plate of food out for you every day, and you can sleep out on the porch. But you got to be watchful of them raccoons and coyotes and
Yeah, do your job as a cat.
They get you.
WC, what have you done?
Something Solomon would do.
Oh, you think that's gonna make her feel better?
I'm hungry.
I bet you are. Got a whole lot of food, but I don't know what kind to feed you.
I don't think I'm gonna be a cat anymore. I want to be a girl now.
Good. More than enough cats around here. We need more little girls.
What a good dad. I don't care what anybody says, man. That's a good dad.
That's what my dad would have done.
We don't need no more cats around here. What we need is more little girls. Ain't nothing fly right, child.
Yeah, but back when we were in our teenage years, none of this was ever thought about. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a dog today.
No.
No, not in our teenagers. No, we were. I mean, at a party drunk, maybe. But no, we didn't. Like, we weren't thinking about things like that.
That pisses me off. I can't find that. Oh yeah, the climate change. Everybody should see this.
Oh, more climate change stuff.
Yes, you need to see it. It's very important. Everybody needs to just understand.
Is that Matthew McConaughey?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my Maddie.
And Woody.
I can't read it.
It says 2 photos taken just 21 years apart show how much the sea level has risen thanks to climate change. That shit. It's terrible.
I hardly think the 2 of those stood there for 21 years. But they are 2 of my favorite people together.
Yeah, they're both from Texas, so I don't trust them.
Oh, those fighting words.
I'm just saying.
Well, you can't trust me now, Baker.
Okay.
I'm actually Tennessee transplant. I was born and bred in Texas. Didn't leave nothing there to go back to, but still from there.
All right. You ready? Ready? I've known this for years, but
cherry harvesting this afternoon, and now we're soaking the cherries, and the larvae are coming out of them. I've never done this. Miss Madeline is showing me that you soak them in vinegar and ice, and all the worms come out of your cherries. Look at this. Is very interesting. Look at that one coming out.
What are we watching?
You think you're just eating cherries.
So they take vinegar and water and soak the cherries, and the worms
I pop a
in the
cherry
middle
in
come
my
out
mouth
of the
with
cherry.
no problem. And I don't know if the stores do this.
No, the stores
It's
don't do this.
amazing, though. A lot of them have worms in them or larvae. Even they don't even look like they would
Usually,
have
if the tree has worms, the whole tree has worms. Every cherry will have a worm in it.
Ew.
Mm-hmm.
So this is
Most people just eat them and don't even know it. I just try not to think about it. If I think about it at all, I will not eat the cherries. So I try not to think about the fact that there's worms in them. But yeah, just so you know.
Mm.
Yum yum.
Well, that just killed my childhood. Now I need to go back. I remember picking cherries off the tree with, one for the mouth, one for the bucket, one for the mouth, one for the bucket. Ew.
And you wondered why, your belly would hurt sometimes after you ate cherries. Well, let me just tell you.
All right, so cherries give you tapeworms. Check.
Well, I think they definitely make your belly hurt. Listen to this, dude. I'm telling you what, this is amazing. God, Marv loved taking her out for dinner. Don't eat that bullshit. You're so right. I'm telling you what, the kids are like, no, we're not taking mom out to eat because she'll be pissed because there's bubble gum in the fucking parking lot. Literally, every time we go, one of them will end up saying something to the effect of, oh my God, she's going to bitch because, somebody puked in the parking lot 7 years ago. Well, I'm just pointing out the fact that they did. Okay, watch this, dude.
Oh.
I'm not a rap person. Can't do it at all.
Ow.
Shut up.
Oh. Oh.
Can you imagine sitting at home and all of a sudden you hear that shit coming from somewhere? It's like, what the hell is that?
I bet his girlfriend's happy.
Right? Holy moly.
What the fuck is that noise? Well, he's getting out of it again.
Trombone in his mouth.
Gonna fight them all. They gonna rip it off. Taking their time right behind my back. Wow. I'm talking to myself at night because I can't forget. Making further to my mind behind the secret. And the message coming from my eyes says leave it alone. Oh my goodness. Wow, bro.
He just needs to shut up because he just fucked it up. But that kid can do it. Like nobody's business.
I imagine that's what a Transformer orgy sounds like.
Jesus. I feel like he's threatening us with a good time, Mouse.
I do too. I'm waiting for that one. No, my kids thought they were that good, and I'm sure that's probably what they thought they were doing. But about 2 hours of I started threatening grounding, like stop it. Stop it. I remember I'm walking around, stop it.
Right, I'm gonna knock you out. Actually, my youngest can do some rap, but he won't do it in front of us, and I think it's because we don't like rap, and so he's afraid we're gonna make fun of him. I tried to get him to do it because I want to. I mean, okay, I want to hear him. I want to see what he's got, but he won't do it in front of me.
Gen X, we're tarnished.
I know. Fucked up our kids forever. What's up, Mr. Duggar?
Hey, Duggar.
This guy, baby girl, this guy.
Nice.
That's about it. I just come to see what kind of nonsense going on in here. Big dog.
They're making me watch Transformer porn. I actually just listened to it.
That's just wrong in so many ways. I
No,
think.
actually, it reminds me of the old dial-up days. Like I'm trying to connect to the internet.
Uh-oh.
That's what it sounds like.
He's bringing out your inner snob or what?
No, you didn't watch what she just made us watch.
No, I just got
listen to.
It was pretty cool.
It does
I mean, it is cool. I will give him that. That's pretty hard to do out of your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I
and
thought it was
beatbox or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a buddy that can do that shit pretty good. Kids look at him in amazement every time because he's like 60. And he's pretty tough about it. I mean, he knows what he's doing, you know what I mean? And it kind of freaked him out. There's a comedian that does that makes this show about beatboxing. He's an older guy. So he's pretty funny. I forgot his name. There's Flatty.
Oh yes, Mr. Flatty. Here's Grandpa's best moments. These were pretty funny.
Your house gone.
No, you heifer. I take it apart on weekends to clean it up.
Is your house gone?
No, you heifer. I take it apart on weekends to clean it out.
Sir, what's your biggest regret?
Not listening to my wife's advice.
What was the advice?
I ain't sure. I wasn't listening.
Excuse me, sir. Are you fishing?
No, sweetheart. I'm just letting the fish out so they can breathe.
Excuse me, sir. Are you cooking chickens?
Nope. These birds just like tanning real slow.
Excuse me, sir. Do you feed the cows?
No, sweetheart. In the afternoon, I give them money so they can go out to dinner.
Sir, did you know hot dogs aren't good for your health?
You know the difference between this hot dog and your opinion?
What?
The hot dog I actually asked for.
Sir, what's faster, lightning or light?
Diarrhea. Because I got home like lightning, turned on the light, and I had already shit myself.
Sir, did that tree land on your car?
No, you heifer. I parked it under there for the shade.
Grandpa, this is my girlfriend Paige.
Well, I'll be damned. That ain't just a page. That's the whole damn book.
Sir, is your house gone?
No, you heifer. I take it apart on week.
I love how they say the funniest one for last. You bought the whole damn book, honey.
No, that's Gen X. I love it.
That looked like the whole encyclopedia, you know.
That was
The whole edition.
Yeah, a series of novels.
I wish I could turn it around. I just had a turkey walk through my yard.
That's funny.
Hey, did we hear about the creepy, weird teddy bear made out of human skin? Anybody hear about that?
I did, but I dared not read the article. Did you?
Oh, well.
It was a Cali thing, so I couldn't bring myself to do it.
Where in the fuck are you guys getting your news?
TikTok.
Well, I think they'll say, it's got to be TikTok.
Okay, here we go. Where am I going? Right here. Sorry. I got sidetracked. Okay, so it says human skin teddy bear found in Victorville. Where's Victorville?
I thought it was in California somewhere. I could be
Oh,
wrong.
it probably is. The creepy bear found outside a Victorville gas station is now with the coroner's office. Oh, this is so creepy. Experts are testing whether it's human skin, animal flesh, or something synthetic. No confirmation yet. Detectives are reviewing surveillance footage and a full forensic analysis is underway. Officials update expected soon. I thought I seen something else about it. Let me see if I can
What
figure
does
it out.
need? Does it look like it's dried out?
Well, I mean, when I think about it, it kind of makes me sick.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell if it was like dry leathered or if it was wet. I don't know.
I'm just saying somebody forgot to put the lotion on the skin.
I guess he wasn't at P. Diddy's party.
Now of oil.
Okay. Oh, let's see if I can find it better.
It puts on the lotion or it gets the hose again.
Is it that one? Oh, they blurred it. Well, how the hell are we supposed to see it? Oh, here it is. Oh, Lord. Do we dare? Sure, let's do it. Fuck
It
it.
is. It is Gigi's channel. I guess it's okay.
Yeah, fuck it.
I got my finger on the Leave Studio button.
Not associating myself with this.
Okay,
I'm not going to get gay porn bombed again. Okay. That looks like shit from Nightmares.
Oh.
But that nose looks real. It looks like a real nose, though. That is creepy.
It looks like Dobby. Somebody dug up Dobby.
Are those real eyeballs?
I don't know.
To think somebody put effort into this.
I can't
don't
wait
know.
to find out if it's real or not. Like, I'm dying to know
I
if it
know.
was real or
Let's see. What does this say? What day was this posted? It's not going to
July
get
15th.
15th. Where?
Today's the 18th.
This past Sunday. Okay, so they've had a few days here.
Well, I was hungry for bacon.
The thing about it is if it is made out of human skin, if they're illegal, they might never know who it is. I'm just saying.
Oh, wait, stop right there. There's the update. A deputy coroner was brought in, presumably with the same level of urgency one might bring an archaeologist to newly discovered cursed sarcophagus, whatever, and confirmed the object's skin was thankfully not human, not of human origin at all. A forensic pathologist double-checked, and yet it's still not a teddy bear made of human skin.
Oh, well, that's good. So if it's not, what is it made of?
Was it? It was the
a
work
baby
of,
pig.
Ooh, the work of a South Carolina-based artist named Robert Kelly, who owns a company called Dark Seed Creations.
I don't
It's
call
an
that
Etsy shop wherein Kelly designs and manufactures realistic looking horror-themed props. Looking for a fatal skeleton. I don't
So
know
this
what
is
that
what the
says.
hospital does with all the foreskin.
Need a candle that looks like it's made of skin. Human faces, they've got you. Oh, that's gross. Like, this is a novel company that is.
Yeah.
Ooh.
See, people like this really need help because it
I'm
won't be
afraid
long.
it's gonna get- I'm afraid it's gonna give somebody
$165.
ideas.
Right? It won't be long.
The copycats that they use in real skin.
Ooh.
$165.
Kelly's been grafting these gory teddy bears for 2 decades using latex and dyes to make them look convincingly formerly alive. He sold dozens, many to haunting attractions, novelty shops, and everyday folks who enjoy napping while snuggling with a thing that looks like it might whisper curios in backwards Latin.
This is the kind of high quality shit I come for at Gutter's Pub.
Yeah. That's right. That's what we're here for. It's nice that you took one for the team today.
I was
Well,
thinking
since
the same
fired
thing
from the
here.
show.
Since you were fired from the show, right? It's okay. I was fired from the show last night.
Really?
Yeah.
I was too. My internet was out for 2 days. Then it was on for about 8 hours, and it went off for another day. Yeah, it come back up sometime this morning. But you know what? On my phone, I got their bill.
Oh yeah. Tell them take 3 days off.
Time to set that shit up. Oh, believe me, that guy felt tonsil juice come upon him over me on the phone. What an unthankless job. That's right, like the job at the airport, people looking for lost luggage. Who takes that job? They're going to be pissed off when they get there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get fired. I don't know, Big Dog. I don't get fired. I don't get hired.
So, the other day, LW was bit by a brown recluse. And, of course, it does.
Is the spider okay?
Yes, a spider okay? Well, on Facebook, there was somebody that was saying, hey, be careful. My mom was bit by mosquitoes. And so the mosquitoes are causing bad infections. Now, I've heard this before. It actually happened with my cousin's daughter. Every time she'd get bit by a mosquito, the bite would get infected, which is so weird. But anyways, they said there's a lot of people that's getting infected after they've been bit by a mosquito. Like the area will get red and inflamed and hot, the whole bit. It's like,
I knew a guy once that he was a truck driver. He was hanging his arm out the window, and he got bit by a mosquito, and he had such a bad reaction to it. I'm not sure what the mosquito had, but it went neurological. He said he woke up in the hospital like 3 days later. 1 minute he's in his truck, the next minute he's in a hospital. And from then on, he had really bad nerve damage from it.
Mm-hmm.
Is this is from a mosquito?
Mm-hmm. Just from a mosquito.
Yeah. I know my cousin's little girl, she constantly, and this was like, I don't know, almost 30 years ago. And she would become everything around that area where she was bit would be red, hot, just swollen. And, it'd last, I don't know, a day or two before it'd finally go away. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm thankful since moving to the Pacific Northwest that I don't have to deal with the mosquitoes quite as bad as I did when I was back south. Because the mosquitoes up here aren't near as thick as they are down there.
Yeah. In Idaho, we got them pretty bad. Now here, for some reason, they're not that bad. I think it might be because of how the wind blows. So the more the wind blows, the less mosquitoes like to be around. So. Hey, Wanda.
Hey, Wanda. Everybody's so shocked we came back.
You're surprised I'm on, Wanda? Oh, well, I'm trying to do my Friday morning coffees, and I only want them to go just a little over 2 hours or 2 hours because we then do one in the evening that lasts a lot longer than, it will usually go 3 or so hours. So
we try to stick it at 2, but there's the pre-production and then there's the post synopsis.
Exactly. So by the time we get done, it's 4 hours because we do,
yeah, we're trying to put some production value in this. I mean, I wouldn't know anymore. I'm not on the show. But.
Lies. I'm telling you, come 7 o'clock, 7:30 my time, 7 o'clock my time, your ass is back on payroll. Camping time is, it's over until I get my RV out of the shop. In fact, I got a call today. That's one of the reasons I can't let the live go too long, because I got to go call and see where they're at with it.
Is this done with the electrical problem, or is this something else?
It's the we're trying to figure out why both of the levelers are going down at the same time on the front. The back ones, they'll go down individually, but the front ones will not. They go down together. They shouldn't do that. So we're trying to figure that out. And then I think it might be because we got the wrong relay switch. And then there's something going on regarding the slides and making sure they're working. And I think it might be operator error. I'm just not sure. So they're going through the electrical system and make sure that's good. And after we had those mice in there, I want to make sure that, hopefully there's not shit chewed on. I'm sure they're not going to rip all the wiring out to see that, but if they could at least check the important parts, that'd be awesome. So yeah, that's about where we're at with that. But I hadn't even looked at it the first whole week. I was a little annoyed because when I left there, I said, yeah, I don't care what Marvin says about take your time. Don't take your time. Get my shit done. I'm just like any other paying customer. Get my shit done and get it back to me. It's camping season. Chop, chop, boys.
It's definitely operator error, I bet. Okay.
I agree. Probably on the wheel.
Okay. I've had a good morning. I'm gonna drop off here.
Fine.
I'm joking. Just giving
shit. One little thing.
Just one little thing.
You know what it is. He's the lookout for LW and fools.
Is he?
Yeah, he's right wing, left wing snob.
I think it depends on which side of the audio they're working with, whether it's left or right. But
no, he's left all the time.
Are we talking about me? I wasn't listening.
Hey, we're talking about you, not to you, so stay out of the conversation, would you please?
Oh, this is an A-B conversation, so see your way out. Jumps over.
Oh, man. Y'all get yellow jackets?
Yep. Just got...
Them little dudes are pissed off about something all the time.
We just Marvin got stung the other day, and it didn't even dawn on him that there's a nest somewhere. And
dude, I went to check the pressure on my butane, and mind you, I had just been out there last week. I rolled out there and lifted it up, because they were supposed to come fill it up. I wanted to make sure, they're not, cheating me and shit. So I went out there, and in 1 week, these dudes done built them up a nest, and they're almost the size of my fist. It's like the other one got knocked down. And they just moved over there. I can't believe it got that big that fast.
We had them underground.
Yeah,
Marvin poured gas down in there, and they went away. Imagine that.
Yeah, better do that.
I'm gonna report you to DEQ.
Go ahead. Knock yourself out. That gas came from the ground.
You a good talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found a big old nest of them big hornets, and my buddy he did that. He put that gas. He put the gas to them, and they come crawling out of there sick and falling out. Them things are about 1.5 inches long.
Yeah, I'm not
huge.
I'm not sure how much Marvin put in there, and I wasn't sure it was going to work. I thought he was going to have to go get yellow jacket spray or something, but by the next day, nothing was crawling out of there. So I was like, okay, I think you got it.
Chemical assault does it every time.
So you got a neighbor over here that will not do anything about their bush, and every spring and summer, the yellow jackets just inundate this bush, and then I have to deal with them because they're flying over to my property. So I'm, constantly watching for nests and trying to stay on top of them. But I wish they would just cut down the bush, but they won't.
Can you reach the bush from your side?
I cannot. No, it's like 25 yards away from my fence line.
That's when you need one of those big blasters and fill it full of weed killer and just send him a big shot across the bow.
There's some hornet spray.
No. Kill the fucking bush. Take the bush.
The bush needs to just go. Even if I were to spray it with hornet spray, the bush is so thick. It's like one of those locust bushes.
Do you mean like a juniper or something?
Well, they got thorns on them. I don't know if it's a juniper.
I know what you're talking about.
Juniper, they're people who are allergic to them things. You know, them things create so much pollen.
Yeah, I struggle up here because we didn't have juniper trees back when I grew up in the South. I moved up here. We had really bad thick cottonwoods, but I moved up here. Junipers kick my ass. But what's worse is those motherfucking Russian olives. They smell like fucking cat piss.
They do. They stink so bad. I swear dead cats die around them every time.
Yeah, we get them around our river, our waterways here. And the environmental department comes through and cuts them down a couple times a year or every other year or something like that. We use them for hiding from ducks, make duck brines out of them. And man, it stinks.
Yeah, those junipers, I can't stand those. I hate them bushes. In fact, when we first moved in and bought this house, that was the first thing that we did was Marvin ripped out those juniper bushes out front because when he did, they were loaded with earwigs. I mean, every juniper bush around here was loaded with them. I was like, that's just gross. I can't deal with earwigs.
Can you educate me on exactly what the earwigs do other than just become bird food?
Well, they can actually, I mean, I believe they can, I don't know, get in your ears. I don't know. Let me look.
I see them here every now and then. I've been to other people's houses where they've got them all over the place. I've never seen such a problem of earwigs before. And I was just like, well, what really do they do? I don't know what harm they do. I mean, besides they pinch you.
Yeah, they'll pinch you if they feel threatened.
I have no clue.
So you're saying they get triggered?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like me.
Okay.
It says they live in damp environments, but I'm telling you what, that bush was not damp. That juniper bush, it was dry, nasty. Ugh. And they were all inside. As soon as he pulled it out, I'm not kidding you, it rained earwigs. I couldn't believe how many there were.
Oh my God.
Oh, I was so freaked out.
Show me a picture of earwig.
Let's do this one.
It looks like they have like
pinchers on their ass.
They're like little tiny, I don't know, they're just little tiny bugs that have pinchers.
What?
Well, they are little tiny bugs, but
there we go.
oh yeah, I've seen them before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, we have those, yeah.
Looks like they actually do make little red spots on your arm.
Yeah, they bite you.
Well, I think those people are just allergic to it because I've been bit by them and I don't get spots. That nothing shows up on me.
I've never been bit by one as far as I know. But if I get bit by one, I'm burning down the whole damn place.
I work out in the field quite a bit. I've been bit by countless spiders, countless different types of bugs. I've been stung by every freaking flying object there is known to man. And I have a reaction to certain things, but for the most part, it just leaves a red spot and goes away.
Yeah, mosquitoes don't usually bite me very much.
Yeah, I don't want to be bit by mosquitoes anymore either. I mean, before it was like, okay, it's annoying, but now I'm like, okay, I don't know what they're doing to those, but I feel like they're going to juice them up with something and
now in
send
Texas,
them my way.
My daddy had two of the biggest skeeter killers you ever seen in your life in the yard, zappers. And man, there'd be just a pile of mosquitoes every day. Birds used it like a feeding post.
Mosquitoes are just really thick back home.
And then every once in a while, a June bug, you get on that thing and fry.
Our neighbor Rooster said he had gophers and moles in his yard until he got a trap from Home Depot. Actually, our neighbor used a potato gun on him. He used all kinds of shit. We had a Caddyshack going on in the backyard for probably a couple years until Monty finally figured out what to do with them. And one of the things that he did was he poured gas in the hole and lit it on fire. He did all kinds of shit. I'm telling you what. He would bring home all kinds of weird shit from his job and pour it in there and light it on fire, and it'd blow a huge hole in the backyard. But you know, they were still out there. And one of the things he did was with the potato gun, and he would take potatoes and stick it in the gun and then shoot it down the holes. I'm telling you what. Oh, it was the funniest thing. We should have just got video of him doing all that shit, because it was real life Caddyshack. I'm not kidding you. It was the funniest shit.
We have neighborhood cats that took care of our mole problem. Didn't last long.
Corey, you're the only person I've ever met that's been bit by a carpenter bee.
Really? A carpenter bee? Wow.
I've never seen anybody be stung. I didn't know they'd sting. We have a lot of them. They'll tear up the porches, the wood, because they'll burrow into the wood. But I've never seen anybody get stung by one.
Huh.
The kids always took tennis rackets to them because they were so slow and loud and big. You'd be out there whacking them with.
Rooster said he tried road flares.
Well, that would have been fun.
Yeah, your whole yard smell like sulfur.
You know, Caddyshack was such a good movie.
Oh, so funny. Oh my gosh.
Hey, what do you think about the Supreme Court telling Trump he can demolish the Department of Education?
Well, they've said that, and then they turn around and go, oh, no, wait. There's something we gotta, nope, can't do that. And then they'll turn around and say, oh, yep, you can. And so I don't know. Is it really going to happen? And if it does, that's great.
Believe
so
me,
I've got Governor
He
Kotek in control of our education. I mean, that bitch can't. She's making us do a permit to tie 2 inner tubes together, for fuck's sake. And we're going to let her control the education. This should be real fun.
Well, she's not going to control it. It's going back to the states.
The governor of Oregon. And that stupid bitch, I wouldn't trust her rowing a boat down the stream, let alone
well, you can't just call her a stupid bitch. You got to call them other people who are voting for her stupid bitches.
That too. Fair.
Well, yeah. They all live right here in Portland, so.
And that's why a true democracy can never work.
Nope.
Yeah.
What's the old adage? Democracy is like 2 wolves and a pig deciding what's for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
I think we'd be having some pig. I don't know, man.
We know Duggar would choose a pig. He'd slather some barbecue on that.
I'd shell, you know it, man.
Slow smoke that.
What was the other 2 things? Wolves?
Yeah, 2 wolves and a pig deciding what's for dinner. That's what the democracy is.
Well, Mr. Duggar would figure out how to eat the wolves too.
That's true. Yeah.
He'd figure out how barbecue
little dog meat.
Them. Little dog meat.
It's all about the sauce. It's all about the sauce.
That's right.
What kind of gravy you making with them wolves? chicken fried wolf with milk gravy and taters.
I tell people to wear medical info full time, like a Fitbit, but mandatory. I will not comply. I will eat bacon when I want.
And I ain't doing nothing where they're tracking me or any. It's bad enough I got a telephone they can track me around with. I'm not, absolutely not. And I'm not letting them shoot me in the head with the thermometer either. I'm not. Not happening. And I'm not wearing a mask again either. Ever.
Never did, man.
It's all about the sauce, right? I need to get on my merch store and put a bunch of stuff in. I haven't done it.
I have some t-shirt ideas.
Yeah, I need to get in there and do a bunch. You'll have to come in and play around with it with me.
Oh my. All right.
Oh, that sounded like a lot. Well, I don't agree with the whole my chart either thing. That's, first of all, it's bullshit because no doctor ever looks at the my chart. You go in there like, well, did you ever have problems with this? I don't know. You have my chart. It should tell you all the shit that you need to know. Did you not look at it before I came to the appointment? No. Well, then what the hell is the my chart there for?
Exactly. I've had this exact argument in the last week. In real time, I'm like...
That's to keep you informed.
No, it's supposed to keep them informed, to tell every doctor what it is that you're on and what they're doing with you, so that every doctor knows what's going on. That way, if they gave you, I don't know, a muscle relaxer, the next doctor don't come along and give you another muscle relaxer. Yet they don't know none of that shit. So they don't ever look at the chart. That it's worthless. Doctors and nurses, you're all worthless.
Yeah, when you're literally standing at an appointment after you've had labs done, they've showed up on my chart, the labs aren't good. He walks in and asks you. So what were the labs? Really? You're asking me?
Well, it doesn't matter. AI is going to take over that industry, just like they're taking over the law industry, just like they take over the teaching industry, the education stuff. The AI is going to take over all sorts of things. The music industry. I cannot wait for AI to decimate the music industry and the movie industry.
It's definitely happening. I seen somebody was saying, "Oh my gosh, there's this AI movie and it's the stupidest movie." And I only seen a piece of it because I think they just did it like a clip or something. It did look, I was like, oh, there's no way I could watch that shit. No way. It's just like when when you're watching them on here and they put a skit or something together and you can just tell it's AI. The same way with songs.
Get ready. It's coming.
It's the worst. I'll tell you the part that I am not liking is when they do videos and they'll be like, oh, this is a flood in Texas. And it wasn't. It was totally AI. It was not the flooding in Texas. It was not none of that shit.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
AI and it was bullshit.
I did see a lot of Texas AI stuff.
Have you guys, I don't know if you've gotten to the point that I have, and I'm sick of the news. I'll just be straight honest with you. But we're living in a timeline where it's really hard to differentiate what's fact and what's fiction, especially being reported by the news. There is so much garbage floating around out there that I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to come to my own conclusion.
It takes me back to the 100 thing where, I don't know, they're into like the third season and or fourth, fifth season. And all of a sudden, this woman that you've been watching on screen for an entire season, you realize that she wasn't even real. She was AI. She was not real. And they had been carrying on conversations with her. And I mean, like, face to face. And she wasn't even real. I'm like, oh my God. This shit is getting too weird for me. I can see all that shit happening now after watching what's gone on. I could totally see it going down.
I mean, we have a crossroads. We are going to meet at a crossroads with this AI stuff, because you see stories where Microsoft's laying off 9,000 people and they're investing more in AI. You see Google doing the same thing. Amazon doing all your FANG stocks. They're all doing this, right? And there needs to be, and I'm against taxes of any sort, but there needs to be some kind of a computer or automation tax. If you automate a job out of existence, then that company is still on the hook for paying a market rated wage for that particular automated job. Because otherwise, all of this payroll tax and all this other tax that these states and federal government relies upon is going to dry up. They're going to have to do something.
Well, when there's a movie, actually, or this show a YouTuber did, and it was about the data. I think I've talked about it before. It was about the data centers that are around here. First of all, they brought the fiber optics right here to the Portland area, and then right by Intel, and then they're sending those fiber optics down I-5. And so, but this is the meeting point for them. But when they did that, a lot of the companies like Intel, well, they promised jobs, and Nike, they promised jobs, and Amazon, they promised jobs. But they put in about 16 or 17 data centers that they also said would have jobs, but all those jobs were temporary.
Yeah,
because
they're just
in data centers, you don't need employees. Once it's up and running, you don't, it's like, you need a couple people to run the whole damn show.
That's
so you
exactly
don't,
right.
yeah. I mean, it's, and when they wonder about, well, why is our water so high in it? Because do you know how much water it takes to keep all that shit cooled down? And we are loaded. There are 17 just in this area. And when I say this area, I mean in like a 10-mile area, 5-mile area.
Are you talking about buildings or campuses?
Data centers.
Yeah, but are you considering 3 buildings together a data center, or are you considering that a campus?
I don't know. They just said there was 17 data centers around Intel that have been put into place, that they get the same tax write-offs and all the other ones do, but there is no jobs being, produced out of that, because once the building's up and the shit's set in place, they need 2 people to run the show.
Well, realistically, it's more like 25, but it's 25 per campus. Usually they build a 3-building complex per campus, and you have about 25 people employed between those 3 buildings. And that's including some kind of a shift work. It's not very many people.
Yeah.
And you aren't wrong. And this is a problem, because these temporary jobs that come in and cause these boom towns, these people are buying houses at $450,000 in a place that nobody really wants to buy a $450,000 home. And then when these jobs dry up, their house that they now have a loan value is going to drop about half of that, because it's not worth it.
Well, hell, the company might even buy it from you at a way, way less price than what you wanted to sell it at. And then that house will sit there until they finally decide to tear it down so they can build more data centers in those exact areas. That's exactly what's going on. We see it happen all the time. Brand new homes, farms, you name it. They just take them all down, they'll buy them. They don't take nothing off of the property. They leave it all up and just lock it up. And then they put, like one of those sheriff and generators out there with a blue light going around, so nobody goes and messes with the place. And they do that. I mean, they're taking up all the homes as well. And then what do they do? They're building apartment complexes, 17 stories high, and planting all these people in here with no parking lots, no nothing. I mean, it's just, watching this is a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there should be some kind of a rule about businesses owning property that is within a residential zone or farming land or out in the middle of nowhere. Businesses should have no business owning that property. And not only that, but foreign nationals should have no business owning property here in America either.
Yeah, ever.
Period. Especially farmland or near one of our military bases. Which they have a lot. They do own a lot near our military bases.
Well, I know that a certain big FANG stock holder, share, whatever you want to call it, one of those companies recently bought a fuckload of land out this direction, and they're planning on putting wind and solar out there, which is fine, whatever. It's your property, what you want. But the problem is that it is now their property. And that all used to be grazing land. That used to be farmland. That used to be all this. Here we are worried about an overpopulation crisis. We're worried about food supplies. We're worried about all this stuff, but yet we're letting these companies build or buy up all this property so they can do green energy, which, by the way, doesn't really generate a whole lot of jobs. Does it generate some jobs? Yes, but it doesn't generate a whole lot.
And it's terrible for the environment.
Most of the time it is, yeah. But you've got these companies that are buying up this property, and you and I, we can't afford it. They're artificially inflating because they have all this money. They can buy up all this property. If I wanted to go buy 5 or 10 acres in the middle of nowhere, which used to be feasible, $20,000, $30,000 for, a 5 or 10 acre plot, you can't do that anymore unless you want to go to some place that has zero usable land, like down in far southern Oregon or something. Now I'm talking like central southern Oregon.
Yeah, here in the rural area, when I say rural, I mean just outside of, the Portland metro area. The land here, you're looking at, if you wanted, like, say, even in just a 5 or 10 acre lot, a 5 acre lot could be upwards of $300,000-$400,000.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's like the price of a home was like 15, 20 years ago. And it's the same thing out here. And the problem is that there's no jobs out this direction aside from energy and data center stuff, which, again, Gutters, you nailed it right on the head. Those jobs are temporary. When the construction's done and all of the feeder companies that help support the construction workers, when all that shit dries up, you're left with 25 fucking people to run that place. And they're every time they build a new campus that has new AI technology embedded into it, they need less and less and less of those people. So there needs to be, in my opinion, some kind of way to properly tax companies that automate jobs out of existence, because they are decreasing the payroll tax, and the government is increasingly looking upon the people to keep paying more tax to make up for these other taxes these other companies aren't paying. Yes, they get these tax abatements from these counties, but they're just getting a tax abatement on the property, not actually the payroll.
Right.
I don't
A
seem
lot
fair
more.
at all.
Yeah, we're pretty high in prices here, Wanda. It's pretty high. It's expensive to live here.
You got like 5 or 10 people sharing a fucking house. Like they're
Yes.
stacking 3 people in a room just to be able
Yes.
to afford it. It's not. How is this sustainable? It's not sustainable. This thing's all going to come crashing down. I see that another AI bubble happening, because if you put anything AI in anything you do, investment bankers and stock, they just buy that shit up. This is just like the .com boom of the early mid 90s to late 90s, right when it busted in the early 2000s. This is the exact same thing that's happening. I just don't know how to make money on it yet. I'm still trying to figure it out. Not financial advice, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more expensive in Canada. Well, yeah. I'm not sure how to save Canada. I'm not sure how to save the U.S.
You don't save Canada. It'll work its way out.
I have faith in the Canadian people to right the ship. I really do.
I do too, man. It's some tough people.
Yeah,
we make fun of them, but they're tough.
I used to make fun of them being in the South, but now that I live closer to the border and I interact with the folks more often than I used to, they're tough people. I think they'll right that shit.
They are. Yep.
I mean, they'll call a spade, and I think they're getting ready to call a spade, if you know what I mean.
What do you mean by spade?
You know, the government. I was kind of lost on that analogy there, but the government.
Good recovery.
Yeah.
Like, was that some kind of a hidden joke that I missed?
We just thought you were gonna go with the hard R.
Oh, what? No.
Jokes. Just
wait.
Jokes here.
Hold on. Government. No, I believe in the Canadian people to right the ship. Plus, I mean, where else are you going to get that poutine stuff, man? That stuff is good.
Poutine?
Yeah, you know, the brown gravy, French fries, and cheese, or the potato wedges. So good.
I never think that's what you're talking about when you guys say that.
Poutine.
No, that's
No,
not.
I'm
you're
always
thinking
like,
poutine.
really? Is
No,
it?
poutine is something different. Poutine is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm clarifying that for Gutter. That's poutine I'm thinking about.
Oh, yeah. we often forget that this is
You hear these dirty ass women we get up here with.
You went with brown gravy. I lost it. Eee.
See, and they
As
said
long as they didn't say cottage cheese.
Famunda cheese.
Okay, this is all right. We went way out of coffee club land here. We went straight to Tuesday night.
Yeah,
I've got a lot built up. You'll kind of excuse us.
I've been off the air for 3 days, so I've got a lot of build up sarcasm. I'm sorry.
Mouse has been off for 3 weeks. You can imagine hers.
All there.
She's about ready to blow up.
She'd be sitting on the dryer.
Washer. Dryer don't go fast enough.
I like that spin cycle.
She likes a spin cycle.
You know, if you do towels and you get them off, no, I'm just playing.
I bet they put shoes in that washing machine on purpose.
Why don't you get a new washer? Because it'll stay balanced. That's just,
somebody asked me in Coffee Club yesterday what I meant by pillow treatment, Gigi. And without you being there, I just couldn't describe it. I like there was no married people in chat. I'm like, y'all don't get it.
That's right. You guys just don't get it. Right. LW said just let it out of your let it out of your system. Just let it rip.
What, is he working today or what?
W? Well, he's working at watching us.
Is he here?
Well, he's just watching. He's in chat.
LW,
but Baker has a day off. I don't know if LW is like, if he's multitasking or.
I have permanent days off now.
What do you mean permanent?
Well, I don't have to do a show anymore. I got.
You're so full of shit.
He's still going on about being fired. You're having way too much fun at being fired.
That's because he's wishful thinking.
he's hoping he gets fired.
That's right. It ain't happening, fucker. Sorry. You might as well get over it.
Working 14th is nice, I gotta say. Having 3-day weekends are fantastic.
Yeah,
I got 7-day weekends. I love my 7-day weekends.
Listen, nobody was talking to you, Duggar.
Right.
Hey, you can kiss my big old fat ass. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll take that back. But go to work, slaves.
LW has a 3-day weekend, so he's off and he doesn't even come up. You're a dick.
Go to work, slaves.
LW.
I'm pretty blessed in the fact that I really enjoy what I do in my career. So you know what they say about you don't feel like you ever go to work when you do something you enjoy. That's true. That's really true. I will say.
Until they make you go out of town, then you're like, shit.
Yeah, you know what? I used to not be that way, but it's the political divide. It's the fact that people are crazy. You know, I've seen some of the most craziest crap in airports. I don't, and then you're going to be stuck in a cigar tube in the air with those people for extended amounts of time. Yeah, it's that I don't trust people. I don't mind traveling to different places. I just don't trust people when I'm in the air. And it's sad to say, but I mean, we're living in a world where, the generation coming up has, they barely went outside to touch grass because they were just playing on their telephones the entire, they're playing with their computers and I had consoles, as a kid growing up, but we still went outside and played, all this connected stuff where you can have friends across the country and they do their online, gaming bullshit together, or even social media. Like people are staying in touch together. They're not going out and doing anything that we used to do as kids. And I'm not trying to turn this into an old man broadcast, but it's facts.
Yeah, we
Now
got our ass kicked
He's
out of
talking
the house.
about
We
he had video games himself. You're not that old, Tim.
Well, I'm just saying that you get out in public and these people do not know how, they don't have common courtesy because they never learned it, because they never listen. Going to public school, there's one thing you learn in public school they don't talk about, and that's how to keep your fucking mouth shut. Otherwise, you're gonna get your ass beat. Okay.
Obviously, that is true. That is
And
true.
but you get all these kids that are keyboard warriors that go on the fucking Call of Duty and tell me how much they're fucking my mom. I mean, my mom's a whore. She gets around according to these kids. Every one of them.
Oh yeah.
But most of them get out in public and would never say that because they have a social inadequacy. Like they literally cannot be social. Like when I have a really hard time at getting people to look me in the eye when they're talking to me. And it's something that's very frustrating for me because if you can't look me in the eye, then I'm really wondering if anything that's coming out of your mouth is the truth. So, and I don't care if I'm just saying, how's your day?
But do you have a nice rack? That could be the reason, you know.
It's not the reason. I want you to talk to me and I want you to be in the moment. And I know sometimes that's hard. A lot of times people aren't even thinking. If you're in the grocery store and you ask them a question, they're not even looking or thinking about what you're saying. They're looking directly through you about their grocery list that they're headed to get. So, and I totally get it because I do that as well. But I think this whole thing of like, I can walk down any aisle and none of these younger kids, I call them kids, but they are adults that are working in those stores will ever make eye contact with you.
That's
and
correct.
to try to ask them a question, you will not get an answer. I mean, you can't answer it. They don't have an answer. If you say, could you tell me which aisle the milk's on? They'll be like, well, I think it's around the corner, just like down one, or they'll just say no. Like,
they'll
no,
say no.
no. I had this fucker in produce. He's actually doing better, and I think he's using me as his to get better thing. I really do. Because when this fucker first came into the produce area, I would go to grab something and he'd go, ma'am, you're in my space. And I'm like, no, I'm the customer and you're in mine. Get the hell out of the way. I ain't got time to sit here and argue with you. Are you literally going to say that to me? I am let me get the fucking oranges, okay? So
lucky he didn't get a pineapple of
oh,
that head.
dude, he's very lucky. But over time, now he looks at me like before he'd run away from me as soon as he sees the produce department, he'd go to the other end. Now, not only does he not run, he looks me straight in the eye and says, "How was your day, ma'am?" That tells me he's been practicing. That dude, I'm all about that. I'll sit there and carry on a conversation with him. No problem. I won't never be mad at him again.
See what it does. See right there. He figures it out and he starts doing it. Now you're forcing him to talk to you. That's abuse.
No,
you made him
no.
stand his ground.
But what I mean by that is I don't mind talking to somebody like that. If you give them and here's the deal is now I can say to him, how's your day? Now I don't talk his ear off, but he'll say, I'm great. How are you? Or, my day's going great. How's yours going? Or so I can tell he's been really practicing because this is a dude that would literally not say anything unless you got in his space. So it's kind of cool to see one of them out of all those kids in there that can't seem to, I talk with a lot of the older people in there and they're like, oh my God, working with these kids is a fucking nightmare because they don't have social skills at all.
No. And what about the kids that don't even want to drive? I don't understand that. I know that there's some movement going around that people think that they need to be anti-cars and the society's too far based on gasoline engines. And we need to move towards more of these micro communities where you can just walk everywhere or ride a bike, but nobody's getting their license when they turn 16. I couldn't wait. Why are people waiting?
I can explain this. I come across this weird phenomenon. I've got Gen Z kids. I've got millennial kids and Gen Z kids. But to put these Gen Zs in a car. Now, y'all remember when we were growing up, you learned your neighborhood because you ran around in the neighborhood. You figured out
Right.
where
Yeah.
the park was and how to get from your house to a friend's house. So you kind of expand, your knowledge territory. These kids do not do that. There is nothing in that database. So when you put them in a car, they don't know where nothing is. They don't know how to get to the store. They don't know how to get to their friends. How they, if their phone's not telling them, they didn't lift their head up during childhood long enough to go, oh, okay, to get to McDonald's, there's like that landmark and that landmark, and you go down that road. No, they have their heads in the phone or their gadgets. These kids have no database in the landmark of driving. They don't know how to get there.
Well, I don't know if that's the case because that's saying they
I
don't.
get it. I get it. There was a deal with my kids, and it cracked me up. I'm like, it's not like we moved around your entire childhood. We may have moved spots in towns in the town a couple of times, but like how many times do I have to drive you to your school before you remember how to get to your school? How did you not lift your head up and see where I turned when I turned?
I'm really concerned. Like what you just brought up a point that I'm really concerned about. You know how when smartphones came out and then they started using autocorrect, I used to be an okay speller. I was never good. Now I'm dog shit. I can't hardly spell shit anymore. And autocorrect is whatever. What's going to happen when people are so reliant upon AI? Because I'll be honest, I use AI at work. It has, in my time at working at my job, I went from needing help because there was all these little knickknack things I need to do to the point where I've automated those little knickknack things out using ChatGPT, and now I don't have that workload, so it's totally fine. What's going to happen in the next 10 to 15 years when people are so used to AI being in their life? I think it's going to dumb us down to the point that we can't think for ourselves. We already can't think for ourselves. It's going to dumb us down to the point where we can't do anything ourselves. We're not going to be able to look for anything ourselves. We're just going to say, "Hey, phone, tell me what's for dinner tonight." They're not going to be able to have an independent thought in their mind, and I feel like that's the way the government wants it. But I digress.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I think it's hitting Gen X and the boomers a little different. I think AI is going to turn us against the thought that anything on the internet is true. I think
It's already doing that.
I think it's pushing us to, we don't believe nothing on the internet anymore.
I'm already there.
Yeah,
I get my news source from Gutter'S Pub. That should tell you something. Speaking of news source and Gutter'S Pub, I probably need to roll out of here because I've got a lot of stuff to do before nothing to do tonight. So,
yes. All righty. Well, thank you for coming up.
yeah, absolutely. You guys have a great rest of your day. Gutter'S, I will chat with you later. And
Yes.
don't forget tonight.
Yep.
It was nice meeting you, Baker.
Yeah, it's nice meeting you. We've met before, but you know what? You've been gone for how long?
Like it feels like forever, like it started over.
Right. Yeah. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you. And Duggar, I don't know who you are. All right, y'all guys take care, and chat with you later.
See you tonight.
See ya.
One thing about boomers, we could put our war plans in cursive writing, and they'd never figure it out.
Nope. We could even write on the clock, put arrow, like put a clock and 12 and put what time, and they still couldn't figure out what time we were going to hit them. It's not digital.
Well, damn.
Howdy, folks.
Hey,
man. How are you?
Yeehaw. The other thing they're not going to be able to read if they can't read cursive? Our founding documents.
None of them.
Yep.
They're going to have to go by the text definition of whoever transcribed it.
Yep.
They're going to have to take a college course to learn cursive. That's
Right.
So wild.
Oh my gosh.
Gutter, you were talking about interacting with people at the grocery store, right?
Uh-huh.
I've gone to the same grocery store for 23 years, ever since I moved to Wichita. And there was this special needs kid that was bagging at the time, and he still bags there today. I do my shopping on the days he's scheduled to work because I've been interacting with this kid forever. You know, just little conversations while he's bagging the groceries, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
He is more socially adept than the normal kids that work in the store.
I believe it. Totally. That should tell you something right there. Not that they can't have interactions, but it's a way more of a struggle for them to have social interactions than it is for a kid that's not challenged. So it kind of weeds out the people that you really want to be around in that sense. But here's the deal: is this would not be like this had their parents done something a little differently. Sticking those computers in front of their faces and just saying, here, use this, do this 24/7, which is what they did, totally ruined these kids. Yeah. They will never be able to function. This is why there won't be, this is why our population will go down too, because they don't even want to have sex. They do not want, they have no idea how to have conversations and be normal.
Relationships.
Yes.
Period.
They have no idea.
Of any kind.
Mm-mm.
You know, except over some weird proclivity interest that they have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my neighbor's kid, she didn't get her license until she was 23.
Well,
and I'm like,
here in the cities, I think it's different in the cities than it is in rural areas. And here, like where I grew up, we all got.
I live in Wichita, but it's not a city.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you've got other transportation, I can see why kids don't. Yeah, here they do. They had other transportation. So none of my kids really got their licenses. Half of them, like me, were driving long before they got their license. But they never really got their licenses until later when they had to. Like basically when it was like, okay, now we're, we want to get, off on our own and get a job and da-da-da. So then, it's like, okay, we'll grab our license. So that was how it was, almost out of necessity, where like I did question it. I was like, how come my kids do not want to get their license? And it was because, they had all said, well, for one, we don't have to worry about the responsibilities, but for two, we've got a bus that comes right outside, damn near our door. Why would I take the money to get the car? And so maybe it's because we did teach our kids to be frugal and, careful with their bucks, and that they did that. But yeah, they didn't bother until they were
literally measure the milestones of my childhood by the distance I was able to travel from home on my own.
Exactly. Yes. But my kids they were like, I don't know how to navigate.
Bicycle.
When I got a car and could go fishing anywhere I wanted to, I gave the world a finger and went out about my business. And we didn't get asked if we wanted to go outside. We got told, get the hell out of this house.
Mm-hmm.
And usually your friends would wind up around your car and y'all be working on something on the car. Nobody gave a car by their parents, that I knew.
Nope.
That you might receive a hand-me-down, but we didn't have a hand-me-down.
A hand-me-down car from my dad.
We never got a hand-me-down car, so we had to fix or work on a piece of shit to get it going. And when that engine came to life and I realized I didn't have to walk anymore or ride a little motorcycle of my friends, I had to walk to my friends to borrow the motorcycle, which if my old man had found out I was on a motorcycle, he'd have skinned me alive. But I finally got, when I got that truck running, that was the greatest day of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Besides my Ford Falcon. That was the first one I brought to life, which was really easy because we had all my friends, were mechanically inclined. That was back there when you can work on a car, but that was our computer and Hangout and our blog. Nobody had computers. Let me make it to the jetties, but without any parent supervision. Hell yeah, boy.
And our worlds were a lot smaller.
In some ways,
I don't know.
I mean, we felt like our worlds were bigger.
We didn't hear
but
news. Yeah, but we didn't hear news outside of our area
it
for the
was
most part.
still a bubble. Yeah. I mean, we thought we were running feral, and we weren't hearing news. We didn't know if the world was collapsing. We had no idea. None.
Well, you only had 20 minutes of world news. The rest of it was local. You had Walter Cronkite.
Oh, I remember him.
Dan Rather.
But but now parents are so scared to let their kids outside. It's crazy,
And now we got trackers on our kids. Like, we put phones in their hands, and then we track their phones. Everywhere they go, we know where they are.
I can kind of understand that, though.
Oh, I'm telling you.
When you
Yeah.
have that technology, then you have to let them loose.
Well, it's not only that. Now you have to worry. The last 4 years, they let some pretty crazy people in.
Yeah.
On top of, they let a lot of crazy people out before that, out of hospitals, and that should be in hospitals. That's why there are so many homeless people. And these are people that should be in hospitals and, have the care that they need, and they're not getting it. And so what do? They go find drugs or whatever just to get through life. So I truly believe that, my granddaughter's 14, and I don't let her walk to the bus stop by herself. Now, I've been informed by her mom that I need to start letting her do that. I do not want to do that. I would rather drive her to school and drop her off and take the time and sit in line and whatever than to let her go to the bus stop. But I know I have to. She's in high school now. I cannot follow her around. I can't. She will kill me. So
But with that, right? Your friend group, when you were a kid, right? You were tight.
Yeah.
They wouldn't just leave you drunk at a party.
No, they'll put nair all over you and put you in.
They'll push you up first.
They won't let nobody else do it.
Yeah, but they won't let anybody else
You
mess
wake
with
up
you.
with duct tape and nair on you.
These kids nowadays will just abandon their so-called friends and do what the hell they want to do.
Yeah, there's always a negatives about the kids nowadays. There's so many good ones still out there, and because they have sensible parents. Every one of them lead back to a sensible parent. They goes, oh no, I don't play that shit, And then you get those. I think you need a timeout, Brandon. Bullshit. Brandon getting his ass whooped in our household.
Yeah, you need a tune-up, not a timeout.
Yeah, and then you think you're gonna look at your computer? Hey, you punish them, send them to their room. That's where all their shit is. What are you talking about? So I don't know, man. I have hope for our kids. I've got some nephews and nieces coming up, great nephews and great nieces, and they're. They love their Uncle Duggar. They call me the Dunkle.
Oh,
I'm the oldest person in my family now, so I'm like the matriarch or whatever.
Patriarch.
Patriarch. There you go.
Yeah.
And like everybody will call me up. They did this. They did this. They did that. And I go, did you hit them in the snot box? and they go, no. I said, well, try that and see how that works. And then they'll call me back crying, I got my ass whooped. I said, well, did you leave a few lumps on him? He goes, yeah, I damn sure did. I said, well, what you do, once you heal, you walk up to him and you pop him in the snot box again before he can realize what you're doing, and said, come on, motherfucker, it ain't over till you agree to leave me alone. And I always found that worked out real well. No matter how much they thought they were better than you or bigger than you, if you surprise them with a shot to the snot box, then make them wonder, well, I better leave that little sumbitch alone. There ain't no telling what he's going to hit me with next.
Exactly. And there were so
Tell 'em
many
I'm-
life lessons just in those situations.
Next time I'm bringing a hammer, motherfucker.
But while we were wandering around, feral through the neighborhood, we were solving our own problems between
True.
friend groups.
True.
And they
Yeah.
don't do that now.
No, they don't. They cancel each other.
Ours was the great search for gasoline to get us the fuck away where we wanted to go, But like he said, I farmed. I had rabbits, chickens, ducks, and grew vegetables, collected grapes and blackberries, and I was selling them. And then I was trapping and fishing.
Yep,
I always had a pocket full of money. Kids were jealous of me because I always had a pocket full of money, but they didn't stop to think I was just busting my ass to get all of this stuff.
Right.
I might have $10,000 cash at 16, but you know what? I went out there and caught 5,000 pounds of gar or catfish to get that money.
Well, y'all were out toilet paper in somebody's house instead.
Yeah, I was working. This old man seen me in my boat one day checking my trout lines, and I had a little piece of shit of a boat. I'm going to tell you, it was a piece of shit of a boat. But I had a good old 25 horsepower Merc. He said, son, if you come down to my house, I'll give you a better boat. And I said, sure. I went down there and he gave me a double wide 16-footer. It changed my life. Now I can put out 5 times the amount of trout lines I was using, 10 times the amount of jugs I was throwing, because it was big and I could move around on that thing and camp out on it. And man, I'd stay out in the woods 2 or 3 days, have a truckload of ice. So I don't know, man. Kids now, they got that give me thing happening. Can I have this or can I have that? What have you done for me
go out
lately?
to dinner with your friends as kids? With just your friends?
Do what?
When did you go out to dinner with just your friends when you were kids? Like to a restaurant, to a sit-down restaurant?
As soon as somebody got a car and a license, we were on it.
Yeah, but it was usually just at stuff like prom.
Yeah.
You didn't go sit at a restaurant with your friends.
Well, we had a place called Little Bob.
Other than McDonald's every once in a while.
Well, I grew up in a town of 600 people. We had places that we hung out. We had restaurants that we hung out. Most of us worked at those restaurants, but
yeah, right.
Yeah.
We just did. And so, usually you didn't want to hang out at the one that you worked at. You usually want to go to somebody else's where they, because you were there all day.
Yeah, that cracks me up. These people, what's your first job? Oh, McDonald's. You know what my first job was? Money paying job, working on a grass farm, carrying grass with piss ants on it, fire ants.
Yeah, mine was a dairy farm.
Oh man, I'm telling you, we worked our ass off.
It was haying for that dairy farmer. It was haying for that dairy farmer first.
I was 13 when I started on that grass farm, and I'd work after school and on weekends. And after the first 2 weeks I worked for him, went to get my check. He handed me that $150 check for two weeks of hard work. I looked at him and I go, I believe in working for my own money, but I don't believe I'm going to work for this kind of money anymore. And he liked me because he'd tell me to do something, I'd do it. And he said, well, what's it going to take me to keep, he was paying me $5 an hour. And I said, what I do, it's at least worth $10 an hour. And he goes, I'll give you $8. I said, make it $8.50 and you got a deal. So he gave me $8.50. And about 3 months later, I was running my own crew at 13. So I'm, when I say crew, I had 2 or 3 kids my age picking up grass and stacking it up on a pallet because they didn't have them automatic stackers now. they'll put it in a 4-pile, but you still got to put it on that pallet. And then I went shrimping, and it changed my life forever. But I started making stupid money.
I was a little more innovative. I figured out it's about working smarter, not harder. So I started out babysitting for the bar crowd. And I say easier because you had like 2 hours with the kid before you put them to bed. So you were really just getting paid to sit at somebody's house while they were out at the bar or worked the bar or whatever.
Girls made it. That was their bread and butter, was babysit.
Yeah, but I mean, babysitting was great. You could do it during the summer days, but I figured out the bar crowd was where your money was at. You had the kid
if they
for 2
paid
hours, because it was late at night and then all night. The kids were asleep most of the time.
Yeah.
We never had babysitters. I had older brothers, so there was never any babysitter. We were just hoping they wouldn't go anywhere. So that would put the bigger guys in charge, And
yeah.
My mom told me I had to learn how to collect my own money from the babysitters because, there were, or from the parents, because there were some that wouldn't pay you. And so
yeah,
I figured out a way. I had some big burly friends and I just said, they're coming to visit if y'all don't give me my money, and I'm not babysitting your kids until I get my money. So, and as soon as they'd give me my money, I'd go, yeah, and I ain't babysitting your kids again. Done.
I had a few of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had to get to that point where, I had to call out a hitman to get my money. Well, I wasn't babysitting your kids again. It was a pain in the ass.
When I was about 15, 16 years old, I was shrimping summers, and I'd make $50,000-$60,000 in that summer. And so I always had a nice looking car, always had the best fishing rods and that kind of stuff, and then in about 16 and a half, I discovered drugs. So
and all that.
Man, fuck.
Oh,
that one big old red cherry easy whiter filled of good Columbia to do it every time.
Yeah. You followed the true fisherman's path.
Yes, I was a fisherman.
Yep, that's the true fisherman's path, sir.
Yeah.
Make a lot of money, get on drugs. I know plenty of them up in
I was never hooked. I just like cocaine. I hated cocaine. I loved the way it smelled though, and but I was never really addicted to anything except cigarettes. And and I thought I could just drop them at any time. Wrong. And I don't know, man. It took me a lot of years to realize, hey, you're paying somebody to kill you. So I quit drugs. And it's amazing how much more money I had.
Yeah.
And that's what my son said about drinking. He's like, "Oh my God, I have so much stuff now."
Well, that's what broke me from sucking eggs. I went to bouncing in a bar that held about 300-400 people, and it was a dance place, and we played rock and roll and new wave music, stuff like that. So that place was packed all the time, and I got to watching people who were drinking all the time and doing dope, and it just run it for me. Do I act like that? Am I that kind of person? So I don't know, man. I do not condone drugs in any way, form, fashion. And weed is not a drug. Let's get that perfectly simple right now. It's a medicine.
No,
it's a plant. It's natural. God
it's kept you from killing people for a lot of years.
Mushrooms and cocaine. That's all natural too.
Well, the cocaine's got some processing to do, but it's a whole lot man-made when they get done with it. But the wacky weed, the devil's lettuce there, it's not altered. It's just like it came. Maybe a little dried out.
Sir,
my mama says
the weed people are smoking today is GMO. It's been altered by humans. There's
legal.
very
Yeah.
little that's natural about it.
Hey, Callie.
That's why they're getting, 35, 40% THC levels. Come on.
They ain't getting 30 or 45%, about 28 tops.
Oh,
And-
no.
No,
and,
no, they're getting 35, 40%.
No.
Yes.
You're talking to an expert, so
I don't
no.
give a fuck what kind of an expert you are. I'm looking at 37.25 on this one right here. 37.25.
Oh, you got one in vapes or something?
No, that's
it's
just
flour.
weed. Yeah, that's just flower weed.
Get the fuck out of here.
This shit's been all.
Remember,
cut
Duggar,
and
they're legal. They have
altered.
dispensaries.
Well, I have dispensary too. I grow my
Yeah,
own.
but you
weed.
ain't in Oregon.
I'm in New Mexico. We had it.
That's what I
before you
started
did.
this.
Oh, yeah, but you don't grow what we grow. I'm telling you.
Is New Mexico
grow
legal
better.
now? Is New
It's
Mexico
better.
legal now?
Weed's legal as shit here. We got drive-throughs.
I didn't know that.
Drive-through, buy you some ready rolls, 1/8 ounce.
I hadn't been to New Mexico in longer than I thought. It's been that long.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's
Oh, yeah,
pots.
this shit ain't.
I never thought I'd
this
ever
weed-
walk into a pot store my whole born put together. First time I did, I felt literally like a kid in a candy store. Oh my
That's
God,
what I
look
call
at that. I was giggly. We get to buy pot.
I never call it pots. It's a candy store. I'm going to the candy store. Be back.
You know when I knew it was going to be okay is when a cop pulled up on us. He snuck up on us. He parked his car up in Madrid and walked down to us. We was sitting on the wall. All of us was sitting there smoking weed. Just before they had legalized it, And he walked up. We'd all fuckers cop because there's no cops in Madrid. Trust me. And we couldn't believe he was there by himself. So most cops are scared to drive through that town, especially in the evening. And because there's a bunch of hillbillies there, And he come up here, he goes, "What y'all smoking there?" And this is the mountain tobacco. Mountain tobacco, huh? Oh, yes, sir. Looks like weed to me. Well, you're wrong. It's mountain tobacco. And he looked at it, winked at it. And he kind of looked over his shoulder, and I said, "Would you like some of it, sir?" He said, "Let me look at it." And we showed him some nugs, and he got him a few nugs and left. That's when I knew the world had changed. He didn't give us a ticket, didn't take us to jail.
No,
Tax
stole your weed.
No, we gave it to him. He was cool, so it wasn't like he was forcing us to give it to him. We offered it
He
to him.
could
Would
have
you
took
like
you
a
to
few
jail and
nugs?
took 90% of it.
You could tell the way he was acting. He was looking for some weed, man.
Bless his heart.
Now I'm sure he gets to just stroll in and get some. Now it's pretty cool. I don't know, man.
Oh, that is
I just think it's the least of their worries. I mean, pot. I just don't think it's.
The only time cops hassled us with weed was if somebody was doing something else wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was part of the, they found it after 100-mile-an-hour chase.
Right.
That kind of thing.
Right.
If you
They
just
robbed
had
a
weed, they
bank.
usually just dumped it out on the side of the road.
Yeah, they did that to me and my nephew in Oklahoma. When my brother was dying in Mississippi. Of course, we had a little weed on us, and we got stopped because we were doing 2 miles over the speed limit. We had just changed driver. I drove for 5 or 6 hours, and no problem. My nephew drives for 10 minutes, gets us pulled over. They locked us up. They put us in separate cars. I was in a K9 unit, and the guy asked me, "So you got any weapons in here?" I go, "Yeah, I got my 357 here," and he's got his back there in his suitcase. And they asked him the same question. All of our answers matched up. That's what saved us. And he found my little jar. He poured everything out, and then he gave me back my jar. And there's just enough to scrape out a joint out of that dumb bitch. But I was mad, dude. I was fucking pissed. Because it was good skunk weed that somebody had given me, and I hadn't had any good skunk weed in a long time. He just put it out on the highway, about $200 worth of good smoke. And but he let our ass go, gave us back our guns, sent us on our way.
I had a boyfriend that he was of age when I was a teenager, and he got he was rolling a joint, and he would drive down the road and could roll a joint better than anybody I ever seen. But he was driving with his knee and rolling his joint, and he gets pulled over by the cop. And of course, we're in a small area, and it's a county cop, and he gets out, and he's got his hands. The cop tells him to get out, and so he does, and he's got his hands kind of behind his back. He's trying to be very, polite and everything. So he's got both his hands kind of behind his back, and he's like, "Can I see your hands?" And so Alf, my boyfriend's name was Alf, he holds out one hand, and there's nothing in it. And then he's like, "No, your other hand, Alf." So Alf pulls out the other hand, and he's got all this weed he's already crumbled up, getting ready to put it into a joint. And just as soon as he opens his hand, he just blows it off of his hand onto the ground. And there's nothing he can do. I mean, there's no way he's going to, it's the side of the road, gravel and shit. It's gone. So he's like, "God damn you, Alf."
Yeah, I tried to chew a joint up one time. Couldn't do it. No matter how much I tried, I couldn't swallow that son of a bitch. and he goes back to his car. I just spit it out. And, I said, "Son of a bitch." Because I was living in Houston, didn't know where to even find any smoke. I finally scored me a nice big fatty, and then I had to, because hell, you could go to jail for a while in Texas for one joint.
Oh yeah, Texas is
Makes you think of a little kid, though. He pops it in his mouth, trying to swallow. All I can think of is alfalfa.
I laugh because I've seen two guys try to do it.
You cannot. I don't care how bad you think you are. If I had just swallowed the joint, I'd have been okay. But I tried to.
Well, you just had the wrong drug you were swallowing. Ask George Floyd. You just needed the right drug to swallow to get it all in. George Floyd could have taught you a thing. Sorry, that was. Is it too soon? I don't think it's too soon.
No, we're good.
No,
We're good.
no, everybody knows. Everybody knows he OD'd on speedballs. Come on,
right?
And fentanyl. He had fentanyl in his system.
Well, yeah, that's the modern speedball is fentanyl and meth.
Well, did they ever get the candy bars back from him that he actually stole?
Well,
No, he ate
actually tried
those.
using a fake. Yeah, he tried using fake money.
That's what it was. It was a fake money.
Yeah.
That's what got it.
Yeah.
Well, Gutter's almost flat out of here.
All righty. Well, thanks for coming up, Duggar. I'm going to close it down here in a few minutes. But yeah, thank you for coming up.
All right.
Have a good one, Doug.
Thanks, chat and fellow panelists.
Have a great evening, Mr. Duggar.
May the force be with you. Live long and prosper.
Yes, you as well.
Mr. Duggar loves everybody. Y'all take care of your little bitty selves.
And we love Mr. Duggar.
Yeah, we do.
Take care, man.
I didn't know New Mexico went legal. I just hadn't paid attention.
Oh, man. I think there's only 15 states left that's not legal in some form.
Well, I know Tennessee's on that list. Jeez. We got moonshine legal before we could even put wine in the grocery store. And we're arguing about Delta.
Texas just passed a law on Delta 9, I think.
Well, I wouldn't do none of that shit.
Going against it. No, it's just chemical. It's
Yeah, I
chemical
would
sprayed
not do any
potpourri.
of it.
I mean,
You're asking, like, I've had a friend at work that was like, "Oh no, this is what I do because it's legal," and I don't know which one it was. I couldn't tell you. Anyways, it ended up killing him. Like, it killed him.
Ugh.
So whatever the chemical, it was too much something. I don't know. But anyways, it ended up, it took a while, but he had smoked enough of it that it finally did him in. So I'm not into that shit. None of it.
Yeah, and this high THC weed is actually triggering psychosis in people too.
Yeah.
Well, it can definitely trigger headaches. I can tell you that right now. If you're not careful, that too high will give you a headache. Too high of THC.
Yeah.
So then you got to start knocking it down with some CBG that basically unstones you. So you're paying to be unstoned. But I mean,
Aren't you
it's
just
to
supposed
keep
to eat
headaches away.
something?
Yeah, it's like Jesus. Counterproductive. But if you don't want a headache. Oh, Big Dog Ma has returned. Well, you've returned just in time for us to get ready to close her down. We've had, let's see, 3.5 hours. That's like an hour and a half over what I was going to do. But everybody was coming up, and it was a good conversation. So I couldn't see shutting it down too soon.
It's a good show. Enjoyed it.
Yes,
I
I'm
will
glad you're back.
jump out of here. Good to have a wonderful afternoon, everybody. Make sure y'all make it back tonight for Gigi's Friday night show.
Yes, I will actually post the link again. And Mouse, do you have anything going on this week?
Actually, I don't. So it's just whatever.
You're just kicking back.
I'm just an open book. If I see a hole, I'm gonna shoot it.
Oh, she's acting like a man over here. Did you hear her?
I may be doing a lot more lives now that I have free time.
Good. Yay. But did you hear her? She's over here trying to plug holes.
Yeah, if I see an open spot, I may go up. I don't know.
I heard her say it. She's plugging holes. She's done flipped on us. That's it.
But y'all have a great afternoon.
Thanks, Mouse. Come on by and hanging out with us. Love you, darling. Okay. Well, I think we did it.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm glad you came up. And hey, you don't have to give me money to come up. As soon as I finally see, it takes a little bit for me to see some of the, because if it's going fast or whatever, or if I'm in a conversation, a lot of times I'll miss them. So, but as soon as I see that you're down there, I'll pop you up. You don't have to give me money. I swear.
Just seems the easier way to get noticed. That's all.
Well, I mean, it does get you noticed easier, but still, it seems rude. It seems mean of me to go, oh, you can only come up if you give me $1. Fuck that.
Oh,
That's
no,
not fair.
that's not how I assumed it. It's just the notice factor. Because I tried the emailing and that didn't work. So,
well, yeah, a lot of times I never check it. So you know what I mean? During the stream, I just don't even think about it because I get too much in. I barely watch the chat. So, I'm getting better about watching chat. However, I'm told that when the show gets bigger, it'll be too hard to watch chat. So I shouldn't be doing that. But I feel obligated like I should. Like, they're here to see, to talk to like everybody. So
yeah, it's difficult to manage chat engagement.
Oh, it is. It is.
On these panels.
Yep.
It really is.
Yep. But I'm glad you came up.
Yeah, me too.
And
Thanks for having
we're gonna do our stream tonight. So let's see. It's right there where the Nazis on the run escaping to South America. That will be our conspiracy theory tonight. It airs on my channel, Traveling Fools channel, and LW's channel. Please go to LW's channel and Fools' channel when you come in to my channel. I'll make sure that we get those links put in the chat. That way you can at least go and make sure if you're not subbed up to him that you sub up to him or at least like his stuff. It would be cool if you did hang out there and watch because he's going to need watch hours as we get him to the 500 mark. So, but also I only have 9 more to go. I don't know. I lost a sub, pissed somebody off. And so I'm at 991 and I need 9 more to get to 1,000. So we're almost there. And once we do that, of course, we'll do like a cool stream and, all that stuff. Because then it'll be YouTube paying me. However, it also means I have to be a little nicer and somewhat filtered, which I don't like, but that's the way they play their game. So, yeah, make sure y'all go sub up to LW if you're not. Ma, will you post LW's link? And then, oh, she just did it. Good God, she's on it. Okay. Thank you, Ma. Anyways, thank you, Mayo. Y'all have an awesome night. And I will see you in, I don't know how many hours. It is 12:30. So I will see you in 7 hours. Yes. Yeehaw. So, yes, make sure you go sub up to LW. There's his channel. And give him any watch hours that you can. Even if you just leave it on and let it play on one of his lives. That's watch hours. So, yeah. Thank y'all for coming. You know the deal. If it wasn't for you, I would not be here. I will see you in 7 hours. Love y'all. Good night.
Step right up, got tickets on sale. In today's episode, trains coming off the rails. Watch it all burn from the screen on your phone. But don't you worry about it, you're safe at home. Every talking head will tell you everything's fine. It's the blind leading the blind. Yeah, it's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that is the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on. Well, the world's strongest man just dropped the ball, and the tent's caving in from the weight of it all. Yeah, the lion's out the cage, puppets in a rage, and the ringleader's on parade. It's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that is the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on.
Come on! Witness the greatest show on earth! Ignore the flames!
It's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys